I guess I'll attempt a recap here. I do not have a fancy thing written up. Oh gosh, and I have to go back 2 weeks, and that's so far beyond the capacity of my memory. But as I recall, um, you guys had the battle on your way to the Thieves Guild, where you were told to, ooh, thank you. Don't forget to give, you can have the inspiration yourself, or you can give it to someone else. But you can keep it for the party was meeting up with one of Felix's old friends, Morek, and they were told to meet in the beneath the graveyard in the catacombs. As Emil knew, that's the entrance to the Thieves Guild for Bexley. There was a trap set up, however, that Morek thankfully interceded and spared them from. They trapped the trappers, reversing the ambush, and were able to dispatch the members of the Crimson Guard as well as the creature commanding them. Kaylin, with her insight and soft heart, saw that this creature was likely doing this a bit against her will, and ended up working with freeing this creature from the control of a contract, and the creature to flee the city because the previous master is definitely not going to let me. And
that was impressive.
Ta-da! Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then and then everyone ended up heading toward the Thieves Guild, further in towards the Thieves Guild to and following Morek, as well as just finding a safer place, to reside, to sort figure out what's going on. I think yeah. And at the very end, of course, Brewer Smith is there, the Warforged, much to Kaylin's delight. In the return walk, she was sketching as much as she could of the inner workings of Brewer, the Warforged. And as they found their way into the Thieves Guild, at one point, a small dog had started following them. A little corgi type dog, wearing like a mage's hat, a wizard's hat, has a little strap across its back, and with a book in the side, very wizardy, and it's super cute. And it's just been following them for a while. And at one point, Brewer paused. It kept, looking at the dog every now and then, and paused and kneeled down to give it a pet and to appreciate the cuteness of the puppy. Again, much to right. Ooh, fun. The sketch you can see on Steph's. Is it on your Twitter? I can't remember where.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
You'd whipped up a quick pause. Nice, Ed.
I'll link it in the chat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, please. Steph is an amazing artist. In case anyone's here doesn't know, check her out. She's a freelance storyboard artist and other forms of artistry. Check her out. Pay her for her. She's really good and really worth it. Okay. And keep an eye out for that. Posted in chat. Right. So I don't know. Did anyone see anything back from Melissa? Check my thing here. Okay, she probably won't be tonight, but that's all right. We'll see if she joins us. And great. Brix will be with us soon. So essentially, we're at the top of the episode. Let me tweet this out. Oh, wait, did we get someone else? Camera thing went. changed. Oh, now it's back.
Sam's feed popped in and out.
Huh. Weird.
I couldn't hear you guys, so I just had to restart the call.
Oh, okay, neat.
But I'm mostly muted for right now.
Okay.
So Catherine gets back from her nap and gets back from her walk and I have to put her to bed. But I'm here for a bit.
Neat. Thank you for joining. I mean, like, while you're far and away. Much. Yes. Mina. Okay, so essentially, you're all have just arrived at the Thieves Guild beneath the catacombs of Bexley. Morek is sort of guiding you all through, and all the stuff that we just went over happened. Morek is continuing to guide you all through this this area. Let me see if I put that image in here. Basically, there's not quite like a sewer system, but it was gutted out for something at one point. And there is a lot of blocks of stone that make up the walls and floors, and it is a rough sewage system maybe at one point a long time ago. There are a lot of tattered cloths and rags of different colors, mostly worn at this point, that hang and drape and create small stalls for business and wares to be sold and purchased. Other places for medical services. Other places still for gambling. It's definitely there's a gambler's den area. It's what you would probably expect from a typical thieves guild. These people are taking what they can and making the best out of their life off the grid. It's not always the freshest of air down here. It's a bit cold and chilly being this far down. Let's see. Morek is guiding you through, but you do see a number of stalls that are vendor type stalls. And the puppy, the wizard laden corgi, continues to follow. Morek turns to Felix, still in disguise as Farmer Fred, and is speaking freely now at regular volume after getting through everything else. Felix, these aren't best circumstances, are they? But I think we might be getting close to doing what we set out to do. See you here.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been back to Bridgeport, but it'd be nice to walk amongst the streets again.
I'd like you to meet a couple of the contacts down here as you're all still walking through. Number of people, not barging, but just like, pushing through as you're sort of a large group in these narrow walking areas. I'd like you to meet a couple of the contacts I've made here that hoping to regulate business, so to speak. Get Bexley rid of these Crimson Guard and whatever they're.
Sure.
They're right around here. Take a turn off of sort of the large center area of Thieves Guild down a much smaller tunnel. There's room for, 2 people. So 2 lanes of travel basically in this corridor you're walking down. Much darker down here. Torches along the walls. A bit of moisture, like there's some water up above perhaps. And he walks you all down the hallway about 100 feet, and then you turn left into a room that just has one of those tattered claws in front of the door, essentially. Side. Kind of gestures everybody in.
Felix walks in.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay. As you all follow suit, Brewer walks in behind you and like his arms kind of like compress in, telescope back in a little bit, and he leans down, walks in, and then the shoulders and arms come back out. And Discord until gets back. Okay. Fix the names in a bit. Whee! All right. So inside, you see a fairly slovenly kept together room. Some clothes and robes sort of tossed across some chairs in here, boxes and such. A cot or two. And a fair bit of like what looks like useless junk, like there may be pack rats of some sort. There's a tiefling, female tiefling, leaning up against the wall in the other corner that kind of steps up off the wall as you all kind of pour into this room. She has pale red skin. Her right horn is snapped about halfway up. They kind of shoot backwards straight, like daggers almost, and the latter half is just snapped off there. She has these dark freckles all over her face, and her left eye is actually, it shines instead of the usual paleness like of her other eye. It's just white, completely white, as tieflings are. But this other eye, from across the room anyway, in some darkness, it glimmers. Let's see. There's also a noticeable scar over that eye, of course. And she's fit with, fitting leathers, as a rogue would be. She has 6 daggers tucked into her belt, diagonally, 3 like on either side of her navel. And she stands up off the wall from leaning as a human male on one of the beds kind of like shifts and looks over as their conversation is broken. They're watching you come in. This is a male human, very light skin complexion, slicked back black hair, and to us, he would probably have maybe an Asian appearance, maybe like a Chinese sort of facial structure. And he has this really long leather jacket that covers most of the person. You can't see what he's wearing underneath or what type of weapons he has. But it has the fluffy white along the trim, along the inside. And he kind of leans over and you see him reach behind his back with one hand and just kind of sit there for a minute. Morek's sort of trying to calm them down. As of course, Brewer Smith ducks in the back. And then little puppy walks in behind. A couple of vials on its holster next to the magic book. And it just sort of makes itself at home and settles in the other corner of the room. Morek, these are the ones I was telling you about. They're good. They're okay. Tiefling, female side. I trust you, Morek, but she kind of looks at everyone else, fits in her hand and holds it out. Yaza.
Felix spits in his hand and reaches over. Felix? And he glances over at Morek.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're just good. We're just okay. I'm never asking you for a referral.
He chuckles. That's saying something with these folks, but you got me. And he seems to be reveling in the friendship. Seeing you again. You do notice, Felix, as you shake her hand, that left eye, it's glimmering because it's glass, but like the whole front and center part here is diamond. It's a false eye that has like this
cool.
diamond pupil. Yeah. So she looks around. Yeah. Multifaceted thing. And she kind of goes along, unless there's anyone that doesn't want to introduce themselves.
I'm assuming that Brixie is in cat form. I'm just going to assume.
You let me know if that's what you'd like her in. That's what we'll have her in.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if I was teething form since I wasn't part of the game, or we got introduced to Wizard Corgi, so I didn't know.
You were tiefling during the battle, because you got to partake in the battle. So it'd be up to you if you'd want to have shifted back after that, which is again entirely fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Right.
As your kitten's in the background.
Yeah. Those cute kitties.
So I wish one of his name was after Brixie, but that's okay.
Awesome. Oh, okay, we've got because I just fixed welcome back.
Hey, Dan, really quick.
Yeah.
Since we are at a good breaking point, Nevik was saying that there were some audio issues.
Oh boy, what do we got?
It's probably your gates or limiter.
Oh, I'm not picking up.
Right.
Just the end of the sentence. So yeah, probably.
Okay, thank you.
And I was listening to our stream from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was being cut off too on the Twitch videos.
Okay, thank you. Let me, you know what I'll do? I'm just going to turn that off.
While you're doing that, I assume she's trying to shake everybody in the group's hand. I'll do it kind of reluctantly, but I'll also give her a little hello in Thieves Cant as I do, so that I kind of don't want to out myself, but I think I'm going to have to.
Ah, okay, and you're still looking like a wizard, right?
Not just any wizard.
Eckert, yes. The great and powerful Eckert.
When I shift back to cat form, I kind of just find Felix and just hop on his shoulder.
Okay. At some point in the walk, before you got to the Thieves Guild, while you're in the darkness of the halls, you shift back and jump. Let me put it this way. And the close threshold. Are you gonna close?
I'm just saying that Kaylin's not really used to spitting. So I think maybe she would just hold her hand out and maybe just let some slobber dribble on it. And then reach out my hand to shake it.
Awesome.
What exactly is your charisma?
That's amazing.
My charisma is well, I have a -1, but it's 8.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It's better than Sam's -3.
Right.
That's all I have to say.
I might have to dust off my pencils and draw that moment. That's just too good.
Yes. Oh, I would love to see that. Let me get Brixie back here, and then Felix. Then M. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Let's see. So yeah, she goes along and does just that. And Eckert, she does sort of pause for a moment, and kind of brushes her face and touches her nose to respond before going to the next hand to shake, just to acknowledge that it's kind of like the head nod of rogues. It's like I get you.
Okay.
Brewer, she goes to Brewer just sort of standing there. He reaches his hand out, and this giant mechanical hand opens up for a shake. She's like, Yeah, no. And but it's good.
Kaylin
Good to
starts
meet
to
you.
help, but then she backs off.
The gentleman that was sitting down sort of, just slicks back his hair on the side. Like, well, I can see that one's going to be a help. Pointing over at Brewer, but he's just like awestruck that Kaylin was like into her hand, and he's
He
Well-
has a name. Right, Brewer?
that is correct. He closes his hand and lowers it. My name is Brewer. That's all he gives. And kind of turns off over to the dog. He leans back down to sort of be with the puppy for a minute. Morek says, well, they were set up. So I think information must have gotten out somehow. I don't know if that was just a regular ambush or if it was for them. But this one here, come on in. And he yells out to the hallway as oh gosh, I don't think I have her name from yesterday. No, I don't. The creature from last session. No, and I don't want to open up another document. Steps in, and yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yep, Inieris. Just peeks her head in. She doesn't even step in. And they kind of, leap back a little bit, but not too much. They're accustomed to all sorts of things, probably here in Bexley. And she says, I was told to, I forget what her accent was. I was told to watch out for them, these three in particular. And points again to, I think it was Emercina. Let me do a roll to see how much she's going to tell these people, because she's not very trustworthy either. Okay. All right, she's feeling trustworthy. But that's all she says in two of the others. She doesn't want to give away Eckert and Felix in case, their disguise is supposed to be concealing anything. But, yeah. She kind of goes back into the hallway, back around the corner. Yeah. Well, Morek continues. Well, but they're here, and you all said you had some information for us too, some actionable intel, right? And the guy that was on the bed stands up. I'm Corden, by the way. He grumbles to everyone. And yeah, Morek, we've got some details. We had some people up in Bridgeport. We think something's going on up there. Whatever the reason is, they're here. We think it can be found up in Bridgeport. Because you know how well the city of Bexley is set up for training troops, yet they constantly send new trainees in large numbers up to Bridgeport. We think that they're trying to protect something with numbers, having so many trainees around to keep infiltrators away, under the guise of training so they don't grab too much attention. If they just guarded it, we'd know something was there. We're gonna send some of our people out to check it out, unless that's something you all want to tackle. But it seems very suspicious. And they've started digging there too. And Morek turns, oh, right, Felix. So they started shortly after you left. They started digging and digging and digging and then mining. out of the earth. They kept taking cart after cart of stone and dirt and rubble and taking it away, like they're trying to get to something.
Kind of like what they're doing here in Bexley?
A bit. Yeah. I don't know what it is they were looking for down there, or if they found it. But it was very suspicious. After they got a certain distance down, they started covering it up. So people traveling through or nearby probably wouldn't even know they're mining down there. I can't think of anything beneath our fair city that would be worth all of this. Yas of the tiefling says, well, whatever it is, I feel like I want to rip it right out of their hands and kick them in the ass on the way out, because we need to get back to business here. And the way things are going, people are essentially fanatics up there. They're not just followers or devout, patriotic people. They're fanatics for the Crimson Guard and all that they bring. Their grand promises. But we have also seen some shipments, small caravans coming from Bridgeport over to the mountain pass. And Felix, you would know that. Let me open up the map so everyone can see here. Essentially, the part of Calborn that you're on is called Magna Yavin, which means like bountiful harvest or something like that, from Calais and Calais. And let's see. Share this out. I think I've shared it already, so. Okay. Hopefully that'll open right up. Yes. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in down here on Calborn. So you're all in Bexley here, at the bottom left there in Calborn. Magna Yavin is here, and there is a mountain range that is this natural barrier between this area that they've populated, settled, and the rest of Calborn, which is very tribal in nature. This M has mentioned before that she's from this part of Calborn, west of the mountain range, where there are a number of tribes that live around the forest area out there. And they had some battle with Magna Yavin, with Calais, essentially, at one point, only recently, like 10 years ago or 3 years ago, found peace. So now they're here, and there's only one safe mountain pass right near the center. And that seems to be where what she's referring to, where these little small caravans go every so often. We haven't. They're heavily guarded. We haven't successfully robbed them. Though we're making plans to see what it is exactly they're shipping, or who, or whatever it may be. But she takes one of her daggers out of her belt and just sort of spins it through her fingers, sort of like a drumstick. It makes me uneasy. That's the information we have.
I'm not really sure if that fits with what we know or not. I mean, we've heard that they're preparing for a war of some kind, but that's kind of the wrong direction to be going if you're starting a war.
Exactly. That mountain range served as the end to the war before. There's simply no way to fight a war with a mountain range in the way. It's a pinch point for both sides. I don't know what they're doing. I don't like the numbers that they're doing it in, though. I don't like the fanaticism of the people.
Nina's gonna ask, are there passes beneath the mountain?
That's a good question. Not that I know of. I've been here a few years. I imagine there must be some. There must be.
Emil looks at Kaylin, forgetting that she wasn't raised by dwarves.
What?
I just wondered if you knew of something underground. I mean,
I haven't.
okay, that might be a little racist. Sorry.
I haven't had that much contact with dwarves. I was raised by elves. I
I'm
only
sorry.
saw dwarves when we sold things to them, so unfortunately, I don't know anything.
Sorry.
It's okay. She pats him on the arm.
You hear a slight mechanical whir as you're talking about that. You happen to catch, because I imagine you're probably keeping an eye on Brewer as well. His eyes have shifted over a little bit, listening to what you're saying, and sort of back to the puppy.
Okay.
So all this time this is happening, you know how like cats just
The
claw?
need, yeah.
Yeah. Brixie's just doing that just out of nervousness on Felix's shoulder.
Nice. Oh, you know what? I probably I thought I was gonna fall for sure. Hit the edge of my desk and just kept rolling somehow, not rolling off.
That's a good dice.
Neat. Yep, so you're up there doing the cat need. But the Corden steps up off the bed. I'm glad you all made it, though. Morek was pretty worried about y'all. Or at least Felix there. I didn't really know there were so many of you. We don't have a lot to offer, but plenty of bartering can be done here. Or if you have coin, there's plenty to be purchased. No rent, no taverns. Just stay where you can make room. You'll have to pay for your food and whatever else it is you want. But you're welcome to be here. The heat's on. Kind of looks over at Eckert, because he also, caught the thieves' cant, and kind of gives like an extra kind of nose brush and nod to you, like you know the deal. This is your home when you go to another Thieves Guild.
Eckert nods slightly but says nothing.
But I mean, we're gonna put together a party to go investigate Bridgeport, probably in a day or two. Once we get a plan in place, unless you all want to be a part of that, you're welcome to take charge of it if you feel equipped to do so, or be a part of it if you'd feel safer with that, or you can just wait for our report. Entirely up to you.
I go where the rest of my group goes, so.
I
Up to
have
you
no
guys.
choice.
Does it cat talk?
Oh my gosh.
We are terrible at leadership in this party. We really are.
I think. Do we need someone to say yes? I'll say yes.
You don't have to.
Trixie, as you're nervous and you're sort of watching everybody, the eye, this Yaza's eye, diamond eye, it sort of catches your attention. Aside from the shimmering, it's one of those things that it feels like it's always looking at you. Like it's mainly like the pupil of this glass eye, but you just get the feeling like it kind of sees through you. It's just an eerie feeling, like, which probably adds to your nervousness. But of course, that's up to you.
I've seen real glass eye before, and that's how exactly how it feels. But, no.
Neat.
No.
They're watching you.
Kaylin will say, since you are allowing us to stay here, so I think it's only right that we help you.
I agree, Yaza says as she leans back. Again. You're right, Morek. These are good people. And looks over at Brewer again.
Felix reaches out to say, but then thinks better of it and doesn't say anything.
Morek's like, great people. Let me correct. Great people. Morek says, well, look, you guys, you've got to be tired after what we went through. I knew I am. Y'all want to sit down and catch up over some ale and a meal?
Who? Oh, sorry.
Nice. That's amazing. All right. Well, you know where to find us, Yaza, and Gordon. If you want to swing by later, well, come and join us. Either of you, really. Come say hi. Morek turns around and the Aaron Yes is out in the hallway, sort of watching and listening. And he's like, you can come too. Let me see if I can grab her name. I can't believe I can't remember it. And then he, draws the curtain aside and says, follow me if you want to. You're welcome to ask them any questions, though, if any of you are staying behind. He walks out in the hallway with the curtain open. For anyone to follow if they want to.
I think so, sure.
Kaylin's stomach growls. So
Nice.
and she's out of rolls in her bag. So
Kaylin's got his diplomacy thing down pat.
although I will stop and maybe close to Brewer. And are you coming with us?
He looks up, kind of scans the party and looks back at you as Manlin. I keep forgetting your...
Oh, yeah. I'm still Manlin. Can we get all this disguise? Do we understand this disguise? Okay.
I would like to take the opportunity to speak with you. Yes, please.
Are you wanting to do that now?
I am accustomed to the dietary needs of flesh-bearing humanoids.
So you're going to allow me to get food first?
I will join you.
Great.
Sort of twists and stands up.
I'll to the Cordia, but come on, let's go.
Pops up and starts following you.
My little band of people, my Brewer and the Cordia just walked down the hallway with me.
Awesome. Neat. All right. Let's see. So you're on your way over to, as Morek leads you over to a place to eat. Let's see. Who's going to encounter what happened? I'll say y'all get there because you're all starving and it's not that far away from where you are currently. You go to sort of like this open mess hall. It's a bunch of tables would be too grand of a description. It's more like whatever they can stack up to sort of make a table area and then some cloth draped over it. So it's sort of uneven in parts where it's a couple boxes and maybe a barrel crammed together. It doesn't quite, you gotta be careful where you put your stuff. The seats.
Like when you're in college and you just put milk crates together for furniture.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Awesome. But you can smell some adequate food cooking, and there's a couple. Basically, it's this cylinder of a room, and around the outer parts, there's a bunch of little stands set up with different people cooking different types of food that you can go pay for and then sit down. So it's like a cafeteria almost. There's meats, there's like your chicken and other creatures that exist here in Bexley, and then there's your fish, and there's some veggie options. You name it. It's sort of a decent spread. Plenty of ales as well.
Caitlin's gonna hurry over to anywhere that's like meat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have one place that's just underneath a vent, one of the old vents that was part of the sewer system, and so they have this almost like a range hood affixed to it, like this makeshift range hood, so that they can smoke things on a spit there.
Ooh. Okay.
So they've got like a couple birds of some sort roasting on the rotisserie, and then like not a pig, but something a little smaller than that. It looks like a younger pig, just sort of on the spit there.
Okay. Do they have any rolls?
Ooh, you know what? I think they would. I think they'd have bread that you can.
Great.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get a plate of meat and a plate of bread.
Perfect. You walk off balancing these two plates. You're like, more.
Yeah.
Nice. Brixie, what do you want to do as you get in here? Do you want to smelling all the food?
I still stay near Felix
Okay.
because being in the underworld makes Brixie very unease.
So Felix knows that Bexley is a port town, but he's kind of concerned about the quality of the fish in the underworld. So even though he'd like to get Brixie some fish, he's kind of skeptical about the freshness of it down here. But he will follow his nose and see where it goes.
Can we stop calling the Thieves Guild the underworld? It makes us sound criminal. We're just a bunch of misunderstood people who want to be left alone.
Can Eckert actually say this?
Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. But he's thinking it.
Yeah.
This like disgusted look on Eckert's face the entire time.
Nice. Let's see. You know, Felix, I think the most interesting thing that you find is sort of like a soup in a bread bowl, and I know that doesn't sound that fantastic, but it's a bit unique, and something you've seen maybe a time or two, but not too much. And it's almost like a chowder of some sort in a bread bowl.
I don't know if it's just me or you're lagging a bit, but
Yeah,
it's just
I'm on the iPad. It's not very ancient.
Nice.
It's not working.
But at least you're making the effort to be here, Sam.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's what matters the most. So, I don't know if it's Sam or you, but there's a little lag in the Discord bit.
Okay.
It's probably.
Yeah, I think it might be, but that's fine. Yeah, it's still I can understand, so that's good. Like a super. Okay, so Mina, as you've been sort of a party to this so far, and your stomach's growling, what would you like to do as you enter this cafeteria in tow? That one's for you, Mina.
Sorry, say that again?
No problem. I was just wondering what you'd like to do in the cafeteria, sort of, grumbling stomach. You followed everyone in. Is there any...
Right. She's gonna look around. Like, she's still, like, putting on an air of being, like, friendly and stuff, but she's, where are all my points? She's definitely not trusting anybody. Like, all of her old reflexes are coming back.
Okay. Keeping your eyes peeled. Yeah. Thoroughly checking your food. Yeah. Oh, and then it was like, it paused. I'll give her a second since she's probably just
So-
pushing. Yeah.
Is her being a drow eliciting any kind of reactions from anybody?
The entire group seems to be eliciting reactions. You're not sure if it's the drow,
The Warforged.
yeah, exactly. The
was a
wings
quirky
on
wizard.
M. Yeah.
My fake beard.
Yeah, the drool and Manlin's fake beard. Yeah, or the drow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So quick
sorry about that,
question,
but
are
she's just looking around, like,
Mhm.
trying to just kind of like, okay, where are the exits? Where's the safe spot? What can I use as a weapon? You know, all of that old stuff.
Okay.
It's the Thieves Guild. It's totally safe.
Yeah, obviously.
Nice. Yeah.
Everybody's giving suspicious looks.
Neat. Okay, so you're keeping an eye out as you look around. And Kaylin?
I was just going to ask, are
Mhm.
we all still in costume, or can we take off the costumes now that we're here? Do they know? I mean, they know who we are. So
Manlin asked the table as you guys were all filing
Oh.
into the room. Yeah.
yes, it's a good way to put it. Can I take off this beard now?
I think you look quite dashing with it on.
It itches. Plus, I think there's lice in it. Dirt.
What?
My disguises don't have. I don't think they have lice in them.
She picks out she starts
you-
picking out pieces of roll that she had been eating, just tossing it aside.
Caitlin, are you saying that's a lousy beard?
She just takes it off.
Perfect.
Get it.
Okay. Back. It itches for another minute or two. Your voice is a little sore. Your throat's a little sore from.
Everyone looks at me like she just took a beard.
Awesome. Emil, what would you like to do? Is there any particular food or any item or something you'd like to do in here?
I think primarily Emil's going to try and find a quiet corner and feed Seb and try to just escape notice. I mean, he's hungry, but he also just kind of doesn't want to be noticed down here. So he's going to hide out in the corner for a bit. Eventually, he'll probably grab some soup or something, nondescript. But
Okay.
trying. He's mostly trying to kind of blend in and hide out, like he usually does.
Neat. I'd say Em is probably also a bit uncomfortable with all the attention and not sure if her wings are garnering it or again any of the other the wizard puppy dog. It's like what what's causing this? So she sits down. I imagine she's pretty hungry too though. All right, so for those of you together, you get some meals, food put together. Brixie, if you wouldn't mind making a perception check, if you would, and
Oh.
Felix, because Brixie's on your shoulder.
I want to take some meat over
Oh,
to the
what happened to-
corgi.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want to take
Oh!
some meat
No.
and some little pieces
Tell me
of
you got a
bread
higher
over to
perception.
Corgi in case he doesn't want meat and he wants bread.
Aww.
And
Neat.
just kind of put it down in front of him and pet him a little bit.
Oh,
Aw.
Okay, good.
Are you gonna tell us who you
I
are?
see nothing.
Nice. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, Felix and Brixie. All right. So, Kaylin, you say that to the puppy. Arr, arr. He barks back, and he starts eating all the different foods that you put in front of him. He seems to be pretty hungry and
Maybe
happy.
after you eat, you can try and talk in English or in common. I mean.
Licks whatever's closest to him of you.
Great. Pat it and go back to the table and eat.
Nice. Brixie, you're so nervous down here that you're just really focusing on being safe, trying to feel safe on Felix, and you're trying to keep a lookout, but there's just too much to take in because you're so nervous.
Do I spot any animal by any chance?
No, nope.
Okay.
I mean, you see, I think you would have seen a dog by now, so you probably would have seen this strange puppy dog. Probably also, maybe that's taking all your attention. You saw this puppy dog in wizard's outfit that's, just been following everyone since you left that room.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna shift back into Tieflin,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna walk up to the puppy, and I have speak with animals.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
nice.
speak with animals and talk to it.
Okay. What do you say?
Yeah. I'm just reading the spell real quick.
Mm-hmm. He kind of looks up at you as you walk over. A couple people look like, now, if their interest wasn't piqued before, it definitely is now that the cat turned into a blue tiefling.
Oh, I forgot.
But
she doesn't seem.
Mhm.
Brixie doesn't seem as nervous
Mhm.
because she's petting the dog, in which she doesn't say anything, but she just pets and she just listens to the dog's thoughts.
Okay.
Before she asks it any question.
It's just essentially the thought of eating. That's it. It feels fairly blank, like they're just eating and enjoying. But they seem to appreciate, body language wise, they seem to, appreciate your presence and that you're petting them. Kind of look up at a time or two in between eating, just like lick, and then go back down to eating some more.
Okay. I got 10 minutes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for now.
For now? Okay. So you're over there, and it is a little relaxing. You've got, there's something about a puppy and and everything that is a bit comforting. Let's see. I'll have you do that in a minute. Emil, as you find a pretty decent spot to eat in over in the corner, and at one point, a person comes over and just asks from the ale bar. There's a couple of bars on either side of this circular room, and one of the tavern folk come over and asks, "Just would you like a drink to go with that meal?"
People need to stop saying the word meal in front of me. I'm having a problem with this.
Nice.
Thank you very much, but I'll pass. Seb doesn't really drink.
Fair enough. And they just sort of looking at you feeding Seb, and okay. And they turn off. Like a minute later, another person comes over, a little gnome. Can I offer you a drink with that? And sort of rubs his cheek, nose, and scratches behind his ear. And as he does, there's a bit of a sheen to a small earring in the shape of a harp.
Absolutely. What do you recommend?
Something strong and cheap. Pops up in the other side. He calls over. to the woman. Me and my old friend here, we'd like I think we'd like a drink. 2 of your stouts, please. She nods, walks away to go get those. He leans forward. I'm Airman. He holds little tiny gnome hand out. Kind of stands up on the bench and leans forward to try and shake your hand.
I'll introduce myself as Emil and shake his hand and make a big show of saying, "Of course, I remember you from Ren."
Good. I thought when he kind of leans in, I thought I might have had the wrong person between you and me. And leans back. But I'm glad we caught up. So this is a gnome male. I don't know how much experience you've had with aging gnomes, guessing age, but they're a little past middle age. I think they can live up to like 500 years. And he's pushing 3.5, 300, somewhere around there. He has some really messy brown hair, sort of disheveled, with little streaks of gray in it here and there. He's, again, maybe like 3'4", something like that. It sort of has like a dad bod for a gnome, if that makes sense. Not particularly built, but not over...
I think all gnomes have dad bods. That's what I imagine. Not like dwarves.
Right? Awesome. Congratulations on your promotion. You're stuck with me. I'll be your mentor. And half of this he's saying, he's sort of blending conversation with Thieves' Cant so that people nearby won't hear. But that's sort of his introduction to you. Would you like me to come back?
I'm going to say well met, and I'm going to, because we already I think we already just kind of introduced, so I'm going to slap him on the back and laugh as though he's told a joke and we're having a normal bar conversation.
He laughs with you, following your lead. He says, look, if another time's better, then I'll be around.
Now's as good as any time.
Good. There's a little work to be done here, I think, but I want to offer my congratulations to you for your promotion and for the good work that you've done in the world already. Heard about your exploits in Blackrock Landing, and that's Harper material. And again, most of this is in Thieves' Cant, just so he doesn't pass that along.
Yeah, you probably said something like earring material, just to, something like that.
Neat. So, regarding Magna Yavin, we know something's going on with this Crimson Order, but we don't know what. But we know it's shady, and we've got a couple people working nearby to try and see what the real motivations are in this area.
I think I'll pass on the story that we heard from the Drow. It wasn't much of a story, but so you probably already know this, but then I'll just relay the story and I guess maybe relay one or two of our suspicions about building an army for a war, but we can't figure out in which direction or what's going on.
Gotcha.
So kind of eager to be helpful.
Neat. That's that's this Crimson Fang. That's news to me. Wow. Makes me a little more nervous about everything here, but well, let me ask, as your mentor, I'm here partly to give you an assignment, should you choose to accept it, but also to guide you. What would your plan of attack be? What would your approach be to getting to meeting those ends, finding out what's really going on here? You've already done quite a bit, it sounds like. What would be your next step?
I feel like my preference would be to information gather at this point. There's bound to be information flowing in this town. I mean, it seems like a lot of people don't know and that the information is being well hidden, but somebody here knows something. And whether it's following the money or, following the chain of command, there's bound to be information to be extracted here. Whether it's, from people in power or that are underlings or people moving around, we just need to find the right contacts and the right information. I think that's where I would start.
That's wise.
Despite Black Rock Landing, I'm not much for combat and bloodshed, really.
Well, that's good to hear. That is. Impressed with what you did, and a little worried that you might burn yourself out or die a young death, if that was the way you typically tackle problems. But
that's my constant worry.
That's a good worry to have. That keeps you in line and keeps you safe. Well, yeah, I think not going in blind is important. I'd say find as much information as you can. And if you need some additional resources from us, there are another 2 members here that we have in the area, and I can assign them to help you if need be. I'd like to make you the lead operative while you're here, if you're up for it.
Fair enough. What was his name again? I'm going to write it down.
Arrymin, Arrymin, because, fantasy spelling.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll be in touch. If you need me, you can, I don't know, what would you like to leave as a symbol? I find leaving chalk etchings, nondescript or ambiguous, can be a good way of communication. If there's a location or something to leave behind.
Emil pulls some seeds out of an inside pocket of his cloak and picks out some sunflower seeds and says, they're not as permanent, but sunflower seeds might do.
Like it. Let's use that on this mission. Good. Well, please keep me informed, and again, I'm here for resources and for aid. I'll probably be nearby here and there, just keeping an eye on how you approach things. Leans in to shake your hand again. It's been a pleasure. Pats you like, well, I gotta get going. I hope to see you again.
Don't be a stranger.
And says goodbye and kind of walks off.
Anybody watching us?
Mina probably was. Not like intently, but just like looking over curiously. And just
Don't pay attention to chat. We're just being juvenile over there.
That is so amazing. Okay. I got your Warforged shirt on, so that's awesome.
I think Kaylin would be too distracted to really care what Edgar was talking about.
Right. So I think Brewer. So as Brixie came over and started petting the dog, Brewer would probably give not so much a nod, but just sort of like a tipped head to her.
Head tilt.
Yeah, and then stand up and head over to you, Kaylin, and try and sit. Not like across from you, I guess he seems to not want to be right in the middle of everyone. He seems to want to have some privacy with you.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
I offer him a piece of bread, even though I know he doesn't eat.
He takes it and sets it down in front of him. Please state your name once again for my records.
Well, I grew up Kaylin Amicure, but I recently found out that my dwarven name is oh god, Stormforge.
And you see, his head sort of tip back for a minute, almost like an error occurred. You seem different than many dwarves I've encountered.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
You seem different than the Warforged I've encountered, which that is just you. Kaylin takes a huge bite of bread.
Awesome. My friend Sterling Sam told me of your interests in my kind. I too am interested in my kind.
Oh. You don't know many Warforged?
I do not.
Sorry to hear that. It's hard not knowing others like yourself.
This is fact. I would tell you of my history if you wish, or we can consume wheat.
I would love to hear about your history.
He's picked up the bread like halfway and sets it back down. I do not recall most of my past. While I do know we were crafted for battle or war, I do not recall those days. I was set into a power down loop for nearly 537 years, 2 months, 3 days, and almost 53 seconds.
That's a long time.
The time before this, I cannot recall. The time in my power down loop, I was semi-conscious. I have memory fragmentation during that time. I recall being in a dark location with some of my kin, also powered down, stored carefully away, the way a blacksmith may store their tools. I watched my kin degrade. I don't know if it was day after day or year after year, but they fell to decay. Until one day when I was taken away, discovered, and taken away. I was brought on a ship, but for how long I do not know. And I was repaired enough to be activated by a mage in a city called Dauphine's Haven. So he made some modifications and did not treat me as a sentient being. All Warforged are named for their abilities. But I wish to seek a name for myself. And I wish to know why I was created and how, and if there are others like me. I am here to that end. I would like to ask for your assistance. He pauses and lifts the bread up like halfway again and kind of spins it down. Sort of awkwardly just staring at you now.
I would be willing and happy to help any way that I can. I'm not sure what help a small dwarf like myself can be, though.
Though your size is small, you have much to offer.
Oh.
He's hulking over anyway.
Kaylin just kind of sniffs.
I have found information, a lead that has brought me here. I was unearthed somewhere on this continent with the aid of Tensor University. The mage that unearthed me offered the broken remains of my kin to those at Tensor University for their assistance in transporting me, removing me, and transporting me across the ocean. I think some answers as to where I was found, and maybe my kin can be found in Tensor University. But I cannot.
Let's get it.
Kind of reels up and straightens up. I had a good, and seems to be like processing like a hard drive that's working really hard feeling about you. And goes up and just sort of chews with his blunt teeth the bread. It's just sort of mashing it. It's not really like chatter teeth really quick, and then puts it back down like all mangled.
Kaylin's just, beside herself.
And
Is it okay if I call you Brewer, or would you rather me call you by another name?
Brewer will do for now. If I find a true name, I will gladly share it with you.
Wonderful.
Takes another, mangles the bread a little more and puts it back down.
That's good. That's good.
Did you have something you were going to ask, Ed? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Where does the bread go?
It's like he's not even eating it. He just mangles it as his teeth go like.
It just goes
back
like
down.
crumbs like flying everywhere. There's nothing going inside him. It's just it's all pretend.
Like the whole section under here is open, so like any crumbs
it's
that go
just
in just sort of fall
out.
back out. Yeah.
It's kind of like in Pirates of the Caribbean when they were drinking the ale.
Yes.
And it was
Oh,
going
yes.
through them. Yeah, that's yeah.
Nice.
I will do whatever I can to help you out, Brewer.
You have my thanks. And just sort of like down and awkwardly sits there.
Leland's smiling really big and just starts shoving food into her mouth.
Nice. Every so often he lifts the bread up and mangles it some more until it's just like this mess on the table in front of him.
I love this.
Oh, all right. So Brixie's elsewhere. Brixie, make another perception check if you would, please, as you're sort of petting the dog puppy.
Hope this is a better one. Perception, where art thou? No! Okay, it's better, but I really want real dice. I roll terribly on here.
Yeah, I mean, really, what you notice of your surroundings is, the puppy and some, people eating. There's, excuse me. I mean, it's not the cleanest of places, but you don't see any rats or anything running around. But it's still, there's some cobwebs up in the corner. You see some spiders crawling around. There's, stuff. But that's sort of more in the area where you're at, sort of off, not too near any of the stalls. But I think that's sort of what you're taking in currently.
Okay.
Mm.
I kind of pet the dog, and I'm seeing that it stopped eating. I'm gonna start asking it questions. How long has it been since I cast?
Oh, maybe just a couple minutes. You still have some time.
Okay. Goodness, I should just write things down. I did have questions for it. Oh no, it's been a week.
No worries.
Never mind. I'll just scratch its ears and tell how amazing dog he is.
We got a break coming up if you need a few minutes across break, Mariah, to figure it out.
Yeah.
Neat. In fact, I'll just turn it over to you guys. The rest of you, as you're sitting there together, except Emil, as you're off to the side, unless you end up wanting to join. And Kaylin and Brewer, you guys are close enough where you could probably move over if you wanted to. I'll turn it over to you guys in case, as you probably have some stuff to talk about. So.
Is just taking notes about the chowder in his in a notebook or something like that.
Okay.
Takes another sip and
Morek's like, it's good stuff, huh? I mean,
yikes.
Is there anybody either watching me or watching the group?
Ooh, make a perception check if you would, Emil.
I'm gonna make that check too because Mina's been looking around.
No, everything's fine. It's totally cool. Okay, so since I'm convinced that nobody's watching us, I'm gonna go over and join the group, and I'll probably sit with Mina.
16 perception.
16.
See if anyone's watching.
You scan around. I mean, there's a lot of people looking. Just because of the motley crew that you all make up, of scary individuals. Yeah. There's no one in particular that's like, being extra shady. It's just an interest, an active interest in most of the people in here. They're like, is something going to happen? What are all these people doing here? They look, I don't recognize any of them. There's a tiefling and there's a drow and there's a robot and and the dog. And the tiefling, the blue. If I didn't say that, the blue tiefling, and the winged M, yeah. But no, nothing that you spot that's like singling you out or any particular person of the party. Just like. All right. Eckert comes over and sits down with you guys. Morek, slides over to make some room. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've got some info on Bridgeport, and I know that you're probably interested, Felix, but y'all probably came here for some other reason entirely. But talk to me. What are y'all up to? Is there anything I can do to help you in whatever you're here for?
Mostly
We're
we just
here to get to Bridgeport. Like, wasn't this like the closest port to where we were when we first started sailing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Oh, I totally forgot that we were on a ship.
Yeah, you guys made it to
Yeah.
Bexley Port, which is like a couple miles outside of Bexley, and then there's the Bridgeport there, right? I think that's a little ways away, probably like a day and a half of walking, maybe a little less with horseback or something, which is the place that, of course, I think Felix had mentioned, and Sterling Sam had said there had been someone that had been spotted in Bridgeport that was a member of the Crimson Fang.
Oh, right. The Crimson Fang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just mostly here to see if we can get some more information or get any leads on the Crimson Fang.
Well, I think Bridgeport holds the key, or possibly one of those, small convoys of whatever they're moving from Bridgeport to the Mountain Pass. I feel like the heart of it is in Bridgeport. I feel like operations out here are just that, recruiting, building this army for something. I still think that I feel like they have different levels to whatever they're doing here. But I think it wouldn't be worth it to them to face a war here in Bexley unless there was something really worth it.
Are there any local leaders that you know of? I was thinking maybe we could mount like a guerrilla style defensive just to throw them off their balance a little bit.
There's a lot of low-level leaders, although our friend there, who's still out in the hallway, she hasn't come into the, the cafeteria. She may be able to give us some names.
Okay.
They have a lot of people up in Bridgeport that are there again for training, which does sound pretty shady. And too, Felix, of course, it's a great place to train in small numbers. The facilities are there, but the facilities in Bexley are far better for training, vastly better. So the fact that they're, moving, 50 people up there at a time, does raise an eyebrow. It's not tactically sound on it, just looking at it at its face. Face
Yeah,
value.
it's much further inland too, if I
Mm-hmm.
recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should get some, let's see, you mentioned, or someone mentioned that they were doing some excavating. Maybe we should get some equipment just in case.
Good idea.
Do you know of any equipment dealers in these parts?
Plenty
I don't know how
down
long you've
here.
been
And
I'm sure there's always someone down here looking to make a quick buck.
absolutely. And they're good for bartering down here. If you don't have the coin, they're good for bartering.
So, do we know what they're digging for?
That I don't know. He looks over, sort of like, oh, you don't have the beard on.
Who's this?
Yeah, that I don't know. They put a lot of energy into it though before they came over to here to Bexley.
Could they be digging a tunnel?
I think they're trying to reach something underground. Either mining something out or trying to reach something that's buried.
Where is Bridgeport in relation to the mountains?
It's sort of in between. If you take Bexley and you head west, it's near like the G and the A, I think, or the N and the A in Magna.
I'm not looking at a map.
Oh, that's right on Phoenix Accounts. It's west, very west of Bexley, just east of the mountain range.
So it's quite possible they're digging into the mountains.
It could be. It's maybe like a day's travel from the mountains, so they could be doing some long-term thing and not be sighted near the mountain. Feasible.
Did Brewer have a reaction to him saying that they were trying to find something that was buried?
He didn't seem to, no.
Okay. All right.
Em kind of looks around for a minute like she's noticed something that no one else has, and she takes a strap of her backpack and takes her backpack off and flips it open rapidly and reaches in and pulls out this egg that she's had sitting in there that's shaking in the palms of her hand now. She has like a little crack along the side, like something's trying to push its way out. She's like, guys, egg? And that's where we'll take our bio break. Yay! This time. Yay!
You also remind me of something that I have in my bag.
Ah, nice. You guys have all the things. Awesome. All right.
Yeah, so looking through my collection, I have to show you this die.
Oh, yeah.
So like, here's a 20,
Mm-hmm.
and here's a 20.
Ooh.
There's no 1.
Nice. Oh, I love that.
Oh my goodness.
This was in a grab bag I got.
That's funny.
Nice.
I love it.
Really funny.
So it's just
I'm not
a
gonna-
D20
I
of a
really want
20?
to use it, but I'm not going to use it.
Oh, natural 20. I guess it has
I'm
all the
getting
numbers.
ones tonight. I just don't know.
You know, if you ever meet Will Wheaton, you should just let him roll that and let him roll the natural 20.
When the
Somehow
universe
get a
folds
one.
in on itself, I'll know why. Yeah.
I mean, no, I remember when Geek and Sundry partnered with Nerdbop. They made a D6, and all of it didn't have like the 1 through 6. It only had 1s on them.
That's brutal and hilarious.
That made me think of that. So
Nice. All right, so
Randy,
we'll do
what is
our
that?
bio. Oh, Randy, hey.
Randy, what is the Spanish term for that? I don't understand.
I love reading
I
chat.
don't understand.
All right, I'll catch y'all here in like 8 or 10 minutes, and we'll catch you then. Yay!
Oh,
my legs!
Gotcha. Does any know if the chat, can you hear us?
I don't know if he turned on. I don't know if he turned it off or not.
Oh. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yes. Awesome.
Vibrate.
My Yuki's down there. It's by my bed. Wish magic was real, cause come on. I've done so good at keeping Chester on my head. The streak is not gonna break. Ah, yes, I did it. Oh man. Dang. Yeah! Randy, you got my song. I've been learning on the ukulele, but I'm just gonna hum it for now because every time I start singing it, I start to cry. Because it makes me think of my grandmother. She survived breast cancer, but what got her was the breast implant. So it makes me 2 Disney songs that make me think of my grandmother. The other one is from Tarzan, and it's Phil Collins, "You'll Be in My Heart." Oh, I like the song, Randy. It's just that it makes me think of my grandmother. Oh no, Horsey Toad, we usually take a bio break to give us a break. Bless you.
Thanks.
I really like the blue in your room so much.
Thanks.
Everybody's saying bless you, Seb. I really need to get. Ugh. Come here. Come here. Come on. I don't know if you've watched Disney's Descendants, but the way that Dan described it makes me think of Isle of the Lost. It's where all
Oh,
the
really?
Disney villains and all their
Yeah.
and all their kids. Aw, Horsey Toe said that Steph is blessed indeed. That was sweet. I think all of us are blessed to have each other as friends. Ah. And this, in Horsey Toad, this is where I bring out my ukulele and paint people. Alright, this is the part I get. Warren, are you alright? Or are you just...
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just very tired. I had a bout of insomnia a couple nights ago, and I'm not fully caught up. So.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Horsey Toad. The most easiest song to learn on ukulele is the Adventure Time song. I think I'm gonna find Adventure Time. Come on, grab friends. We'll go
So I don't know if you saw, Steph, but the one outlier for shipping Brewer and Kalen was shipping Kalen and Malin.
Yes. Nice.
Da-da-da. Adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go bury this. The most easiest song to remember. I'll go to bed. Let's see. What are other shorts? Short. Ukulele songs. I don't know that song, Randy. Ah, that's I need it. Well, you done that I felt it drive me jump, but you're something else. Ooh. I know you belong to somebody else, but tonight you belong to me. Nah, no. No tiptoe through the tulips. I think that song scarred me with when the purge. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that song. I know you belong to somebody new.
Pink Floyd, nice. Oh, hi, Horsey Toad. Alright, how are we doing? Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you, Randy. That's very kind of you. I am. Do you know You're Welcome from Moana? Can you play that? Because it's always stuck in my head. Yeah. Whenever the kids say that, I'm like, I can't just say you're welcome anymore.
No, I'm trying to learn it,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's all let's see. What can I say except you're welcome from the islands of hope, from the sea. It is okay. I need the lyrics. Lay down. I don't know. What's more in the moonlight, my honey,
Coffee that's too high to drink. Oh yeah, Frank. Frank. That one's great, isn't it?
What is everybody?
What was his name? I can't remember. He passed away. but it was such a beautiful song and such a great rendition.
Oh, Frank, yes, I like that song. That song is too low for me to sing. With what a one. Yeah, it is. What a Wonderful World.
Shiny, yes, Randy. Oh, sorry. Cause you're so shiny.
Oh, Tamatoa. That's the guy. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Nice horsey toad. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that person. I've been on a kick. I don't know why, but I've been on a kick with Disney Descendants soundtrack. So we're to the point that they were doing press, and I guess the Disney Channel UK had them do like samples of the dances. And I kind of know a little bit of Ways to Be Wicked. Yeah, I'm 23 and I'm obsessing over a kids movie, but it's okay.
That is okay, absolutely.
Oh
Tailspin.
yeah, tailspins. Tailspins. I'm trying to get DuckTales down to play, but there's a lot of bar chords. I know. No.
Ooh, nice one. Yeah, right?
No.
Not kidding, Nivik.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put us back. I think I'm just gonna jump in with the egg stuff, and that way if Ed needs a little more time, that's cool. Oh, he's back. Yay, thanks, Ed. Alright.
If you would like to, if you want me to do a song, you can always follow me on Twitter and give me some song suggestions so I can learn over the week. So I can play on stream. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Do it. Make your requests with your make requests anyway. I'm just messing around.
I mean, if you do have if you're a brand new sub, you can give out a dice of inspiration to one of us.
Yes, save them from a terrible death or terrible embarrassment.
Yes, please, a terrible death.
I know. Imagine if we had like 8 subs and they all helped Ramia. Now she was gone.
Oh, too soon, Dan.
A baby Ramia hatches from the egg. What?
No.
What is going on? Yeah. So Ray Emerson has. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is how she procreates. Yeah. So M has this wings sort of tucked in behind her, these giant wings, and this mysterious egg that fits in both of her hands, clasped together beneath it, as it's cracking and kicking, and this little white-haired leg kicks out the back piece of the shell. And for anyone, is everyone, you think, watching at this point, or is there anyone still?
Wait. You said, what did you say? Pops out of the shell?
Yeah,
a little white leg.
Kicks out of the little white-haired leg.
I think we're all watching at this point.
I think Seb is probably fascinated.
You are family? Nice.
At this point, Brixie, I was rolling to see if Brixie. Oh, I'm so mad. I wasted a natural 19 on this, but it's okay. It's okay. No hard feelings. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Brixie's just. I was gonna have Brixie not look at it and still pay attention to the dog, but she is fascinated. Here, see what this is.
Okay. I mean, you all notice that long-ish white, bright, just clean as snow, white hair on this. It looks like a hind leg of some sort that kicked out the back of the shell. There is a little bit of scaling. Small little iridescent white scales, just as the fur becomes the hardness of the leg itself. Not sharp claws, but light little claws at the end of this leg that's kicked out.
Can I do a nature check to see if it's?
Yeah, go for it.
If I would,
Mhm.
if I would know what animal this is.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. No, never mind.
Yeah, you immediately start going through the catalog in your head of all the creatures you've seen, especially as a druid, and you're like, no. I mean, fur and some scales. Like, it's just really puzzling. The front of the shell begins to crack out a little bit as well, and it cracks and knocks out the shell a couple times before just slowly pushing the shell up with its face. And it has, I don't know, I guess it would be closest to, it's so hard to describe. It's a combination between a dog's face and a wolf's face, where it has sort of a muzzle in the front. A number of long whiskers that stretch over its face. The heavy white hair forms almost like little eyebrows, as well as just all this white hair that streaks back. And it just has this cute, adorable, pudgy little face with sort of a snout. I mean, akin to like a wolf or dog, but a little more smushed. And its little front paws come out, and their paws also with the iridescent scales toward the end where the fur ends, and it turns into little paws with the little retractable claws. It tries to walk out as Emersina like instinctively puts the shell down on the table in front of her in her plate of food. Like, let me just get this down on the table out of my hands. And it crawls out in almost like a clown car fashion. It's much longer than you were anticipating based on the size of the shell. It must have been sort of coiled up in it. So it's sort of like a stretched out, it has a long, lean body with these hind legs toward the back, and then the long section of torso, and these other shorter legs in the front that are again very like wolf-like. But the whole thing is covered in this long white fur, and its underbelly has some of those, a small trail within all the fur of those iridescent white scales. It's just this beautiful, perfectly clean white. Its ears, it sort of has, it's tough to tell, I guess, at this point, but puppy doggish ears that sort of float back a little bit. Very soft and fluffy and a little bit long, kind of like flop down rabbit ears, but not quite as long as those would be.
Can I make another nature check just now that I can see the features better?
Yeah. Yeah, now that you can see the whole thing.
Yes!
15.
That's yes.
Never-ending story.
You
That's what it makes me think from the never-ending story.
Ah, nice. Again, you sort of peruse your mental catalog of creatures that you've seen from the areas you know and things you've learned about. And it's still pretty difficult to place, mainly because it seems to be some sort of hybrid of mammal and reptile or amphibian or something like that. You get the sense, what you do take away with the 15 there, is that the shape of the scales is reminiscent of a dragon's scales. Not like full-fledged uber dragon, but some of the smaller variants of dragons have scales this shape.
If only we had someone with a pocket library who could research this.
I mean, sure.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals on this little guy. I'm gonna say welcome. Do you know what kind of breed you are? Because we're trying to figure out, and we can't put a mental note on what breed you are.
Mama.
Oh. Mm.
It looks up at you.
Oh no. What have I done? Alright. It's okay. Like I said, welcome to the world. Oh.
Everyone else is just sort of a little baby yelp.
I scoot closer to Brewer.
Brewer's also, his eyes are going like focusing in. Oh, Ed. Goodness. Nice, Randy. Yeah, and it seems
Okay,
really
I
lost and
move.
scared.
I back up. Does
Mhm.
it follow me?
Good question. You know what? Make an unintentional animal handling check. Did you not really meaning to do it?
Oh, 2. Oh.
Nice natural.
So this is the 2 that it got when it was trying to compete against you, sort of, as my contest for that.
Do I need to reroll?
No, you're good. It actually crawls out. You rolled higher. You got a 5 with your bonus. So you hear it, because you have speak with animals. I'm gonna try. It can't crawl out of its entire shell yet. It's trying to get the rest of its body out, the very tail end. But it's sort of scraping and clink, clink, and pushing the silverware and some of the food on the tray below as it's trying to kind of claw out and walk over you.
Pulls her food away from it.
I picked it up from its shell.
Okay. It's still a little mucusy from coming out of the shell. It's probably in need of like a bath or a cleaning. But it has not a purr, but it has a similar sound it makes, a feeling you get as you hold on to it. It's more of a feeling than an actual sound, as you get the sense that it appreciates you. It feels safe right here.
Oh, you feel safe in my arms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might have done something. I think it's good for me. I don't know. It thinks I'm its mother. And as I turn and look at everybody.
M's like, and everybody in here, I mean, if they weren't looking before, they're all looking now. Just sort of some of them mouth agape, like others are getting up and leaving. Okay, I'm done. I'm checking out before something goes sideways here.
We should probably figure out what it eats before it gets too hungry and decides it wants to eat us.
Yeah. Hey, can I use your library so I can do research?
If only we had a chef somewhere, Ed.
Sure. I mean, I don't want you taking that into the library.
Oh, okay. Let's see if it will stay. And I put it down back on the table.
I mean, can we wait until later to do research? Like,
oh yeah, that's
okay.
fine. I just want to see if it would just stay. So it's the determinant factor whether I go in. So you don't have to worry.
You set it down. Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead.
And I just sort of back away.
Mm-hmm. It kind of looks down at the floor and up at you and down at the floor, and sniffs around and kind of turns back to the tray of food that it knocked over, And is giving that a sniff and kind of looks up at Emercina too, like just doing its little thing and looking back at you.
Wait, what does
and,
what does it say? It says I still have speak with animals.
It's sort of calling, oscillating between calling for mama and just, it's more of a thought than a word, but hungry.
Okay, we need to find food right now.
Mhm.
Then I pick it back up, so nobody speculates.
Hmm.
Then I look at the food that I knocked over and I pick up and I hold it and see if it would take any.
Okay. Sorry, I missed just one part of that. You what was the last part you did?
Oh, I'm sticking the food. I
Mhm.
grab the animal off the table, and I grab a piece of food that I knocked over, and I hold it in my hand to see if it will eat it.
Is it meat or is it veggie or is it bread or
I'm gonna
anything?
say it's a carrot.
Okay. Kind of, rubs its nose on. It's kind of clawing up, looking back at the table, like over your side of your arm.
Kaylin fishes some of the remains of her meat to Brixie.
I grab one piece of meat and then I put it in my hand.
Puts its nose up against it and tries to like lick it and kind of nibble it out of your hand.
I bring it down lower.
Takes a
Good,
bite.
it eats meat.
Hey, Kaylin, can you? No, never mind. Meat will go bad. I was gonna ask if we could put meat in your bag, but I just realized that meat might go bad.
It doesn't preserve things like that, unfortunately.
But can you stick some extra? Wait, and I grab a piece of bread, and I stick it in front of it.
Tries a bite. Eats the bite, but doesn't seem interested in taking any.
Okay, so
it only eats meat. Good. So happy.
Morek's like, oh, go ahead, please.
I keep feeding it meat as.
Yeah. It eats for a bit until finally it seems disinterested in anymore, and it's like looking around at its surroundings and sort of, in your arms, but kind of eager to explore too.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to M and just kind of like, where did you find this? It's adorable.
It is, isn't it? She she lets out. Well, I found this when we stopped for repairs, and I was in the trees. I was flying, practicing my flying, and in the city just outside of the city of Brim. And this egg was all alone. There was some other couple that were destroyed in the nest, and this one was left. And looked so interesting. I thought if it was alive, it might help it. I expecting. Yes, I. What is it?
Can I make an intelligence check to guess what it is?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can I make another?
Probably not a third one, I'd say. No, sorry.
Sorry.
That's a 10. I got a 10 on my intelligence roll.
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure. Again, it seems like an odd mixture, and not something you've seen at least up near Black Rock Landing or in Kaiten Kai in your time up there, nor in the Underdark. It's likely something fairly rare.
It's not a very rare species of an owlbear, is it?
No, it doesn't have the beak or the other characteristics of an owlbear. That would be cool though.
Oh well. Because I was gonna say, you may Brixie accomplish your goal of domesticating an owlbear.
Nice.
Oh, I got my hopes up, but this is okay.
Oh,
It's a close second.
I still have it in my notes though. So Morek's like, wait, is this like a usual thing for you guys? Like, is that? And he's just sort of looking at it like, and he's just really taking in your friends, Felix, like the Manlin that took the beard off and the wings on M and the cat that just shifted off your shoulder back into a tiefling and the drow and the wizard. It's like
You just
It's
gotta
too
sit
much.
a time.
I mean,
They
me
grow on you.
shape shifting is normal.
Doesn't mean I'm not trying to judge a book by its covers. Just, I mean, it's one surprise after another. I'm just thought I knew the world, and I realize I don't. Just don't.
Glad we can change your perspective and
Thank you.
broaden your horizons.
Definitely, that is happening. Yes, he says. He kind of takes another swig of his ale. Well,
He eats a piece of bread nervously.
Brewer once again, and he drops it back down, and what little bit of bread is left. Morek says, "Well, okay, good.
Is there any way I can wash this creature?
I mean, if you find some water, you can probably rinse it off, or if you, I don't know if you have I don't know if you can have prestidigitation as a druid, but
Wait.
that would be in your cantrips if you have it.
Can I wait? Hang on.
It's definitely like it has that wet animal hair sort of matted down with some of the egg goo.
Can I use Thaumaturgy to create instant wind to try to dry it off?
It might dry it off, but you get the sense it would probably be like a sticky dry. It probably needs a good rinsing and then like an air dry. It's got a bunch of that goop in its hair.
Okay.
I mean, you can still do it. That's just sort of like what you think in your head, like it. Okay. You set it down and you give it like a thaumaturgy version of a blow dry, like just this small area of wind comes over it, and it does. It starts to dry out the hair and the goop becomes a little more. It sort of congeals into the fur, but so now it's like a flaky, like a dried glue that's stuck there.
I was gonna rinse it off, then use Thaumaturgy.
You can look around for some water if you want. I mean, you've walked by some
I was
water.
looking for like maybe a bathhouse. Okay.
All right. I say go ahead and make it. You get if you want to get up and walk around and do that. Go ahead and make like an investigation check if you want as you step up.
Okay.
I think Em will probably go with you as she feels.
Aren't we like literally underground though? Is there a bathhouse underground?
Well,
she's gonna look.
17.
Yeah, you do a pretty thorough check, but the more you walk around here and look, and as M's, with you, I think she'd probably feel a little responsible and with you. It seems like the people down here may not take showering as an everyday affair, and you're just not finding everything's sort of slapped together. You're just not finding a place to. As far as a bathhouse goes, you do find some dripping water here and there from some of the tunnel areas, though, some of them seem to be under a body of water. So you could spend some time under there if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So I'll give it a little nice wash and use Dometer to give it a little blow dry.
Okay. Takes a little while because the dripping is slow, but you manage to get, some of the pooled up water in the ground and then get it in under that water and suss it out so it's relatively clean, and then you give it that thaumaturgy dries, and the hair's just sort of blowing back and it gets nice and dry. We'll say that's probably like a half an hour, 30-40 minutes of your time to find a location like that and then do that. I think after you get up, Morek from the table and M leaves with you. Morek could probably
And
say,
just
yeah.
walking around, Brixie starts to get a little nervous
Oh, okay.
if she sees any other tieflings.
Okay, neat. You do happen near Yaza at one point, and again, she just sort of kind of watches you as you walk by with that one crystal eye and the one good one.
I just stare at her.
As you walk by one another. But nothing's said. Just stares and looks back ahead and continues on her way. Morek turns to everyone and says, "Look, this has been good." He turns to Felix. "This has been good. It's so good to have you here with us. There are so many that still are still locked away and still threatened and kind of have this freedom. And I'm very much looking forward to getting our other friends back in the city."
Definitely, yeah. Well, are we setting off in the morning? Is that the plan?
I say take the night, yeah, and even the morning. Get prepared if you're all looking to go. I think that's a wise idea. Take the night, take the morning, get prepared, buy what you need. Then we'll sit down maybe mid-morning or late morning, maybe come up with a plan.
Do you have shops here?
Plenty of shops down here. I feel like most of you would be able to go up above ground. It sounded like Aaron, yes. And he kind of looks back again into the hallway as she's sort of, curled up in the corner, not coming in. She said that I think it's your wizard friend here, and the one with wings that walked away, and maybe you, Felix, that people are on the lookout for, but he said it wasn't many. It wasn't the regular folks, so your disguise seemed to work pretty well, Felix. Up to you.
As regular as some of us are.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. He kind of nods at you like, uh-huh.
Well, I'm probably going to do a little bit of shopping and then call it.
Sounds good. I'm going to go get a good long night's rest in and prepared early, so find me mid-morning, maybe back here or elsewhere if you like.
Dan, at the mention of what is her name? Inrias?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what she is. She's Aaron, yes, is the devil she is, a type of devil.
Okay. At the mention of her, and Caitlin back and saw her in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go and get a plate of food and offer it to her.
Oh, she's sort of like sitting on her butt with her knees up against her chest, wings behind her. Well, I guess I can't be that mad.
The dragon.
And he's back.
Hey, it lasted pretty long. That's good.
Dan, if you didn't like the idea, you could have just said so. You didn't have to just sign off.
She just ghosts you, yeah.
I want to get a plate with a variety of things because I'm not really sure what she likes.
Yeah.
So just kind of take it over to her.
She, sitting down on the floor, knees sort of tucked up to her chest, wings tucked in behind her to try to look as humanoid as possible, and kind of looks directly at you. She's pretty tall, so her squatting is about just a little below your eye line. She looks up a little bit. Thank you. She takes a tray and sits it down next to us. It's very kind of you.
Are you doing okay? You need anything else?
I think a good night's rest and a full stomach, and I'll be able to find my way to safety in the morning.
If you need anything before you go, be around.
Very, very kind of you. Did she actually agree, like, let me help you guys? I feel like maybe she did.
She offered, but I think that we told her that we were okay because we want her to feel obligated to help us.
Gotcha.
We wanted her to kind of go and live her life.
Okay. My name is Igris, by the way.
Chris, a very lovely name.
Thank you. And if I said something the other week, then just scratch that. It's now Igris.
Okay.
So I don't have it anywhere.
Okay. All right. Well, enjoy. And awkwardly.
I feel like she definitely told you her name, though. So I will get your actual name, because I remember Emil was like, or Warren was asking, is that her actual name? Like binding a contract name?
Feel like I don't know.
I didn't write it down apparently, or I can't find it. I'll watch it later.
Yeah, I'll take a look back.
It's probably written down somewhere. I just can't find it. I know, right, Randy? Curses. Ooh, I said. Yes. Well, I won't forget your kindness. I can ever help. Just call me by my name. I'll know it's you, and I'll apparate.
Oh, thank you very much. Have a good night.
You as well. Yeah. Starts scarfing the food. She's really hungry, but yeah.
I forgot a drink. I'll go and grab like a thing of water and just kind of slide it over to it.
Nice. Nice. All right, so Morek's like, he's clearly very tired after all this. He wasn't anticipating the battle and everything else, and well, it's become somewhat of a regular thing for you folks as adventurers, and a little for Morek. He hasn't really had to do too much of that. He's ready. He says goodnight and heads to bed and leaves you guys. It's evening time, so you still have like some evening hours if you want to do anything tonight, or if you want to go to, it's like 7 or so in the evening.
I seem to recall we have a bunch of party funds. It might be a good idea to spend some on potions or weapons or odd magical gadgets if there's anything around.
Ooh, and there's plenty of that, around that you saw as you walk by. There's a lot of magical gadgets. You might have to do, you didn't spot, but they might be down there. You could check. But essentially everything else for adventurers, battle, and just odds and ends and trinkets and such, you can definitely find it here.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular you guys want to look for then first, or?
Well,
I think Kaylin and I don't want to speak for her, but probably go straight for the magical gadgets.
yeah.
Awesome. Brewer seems to his attention is sort of mostly focused on the puppy, but the puppy's following you guys. You're not sure if he's just like chilling with you or chilling with the puppy. You can't read him.
Oh, yeah. I remember what I was gonna ask. So I been down with the new baby creature still in my hand. I cast. Has the 10 minutes passed?
Yeah, it's been. I mean, by the time you're done, they're probably not in the lunchroom anymore. It's like 40 minutes for you to.
Okay,
to do
so
that.
I cast speak with animals on the little corgi, and I was like, "You're very cute and all, but why are you following us?"
You can retcon that. We can say you asked that since you couldn't remember at the time. So we're gonna rewind time a bit while you're still in there with the puppy, and you've used this spell before, so you have a good feeling for how it works. Sometimes it's thoughts that come through, the impression of something. Other times it's just basic speech. And this one is just not talking to you. You don't know if there's something wrong and it can't, or if it just doesn't want to. It just
Nod.
kind of looks at you.
Nod. Once for yes. Once no. No, I can talk. Nod twice for no. But can you understand me?
Kind of just keeps looking at you.
Are you a human that got turned into a corgi?
Lifts your hand. Like,
Hmm.
and then thinks it hears something.
Squirrel!
Yeah. Kind of pass back and forth and sits back down.
Can you talk?
Didn't you get an Oscar for his corgi impression?
We're still in the lunchroom, right? Or we're in the hallway? Because you said we're...
Well, the dog has been back in the lunchroom with everyone else, so I'm just rewinding time when you were still there with a dog.
Oh, okay. I just eye it.
It licks you when you put anything close to it, and otherwise just kind of sits down. Every so often it's like, it does puppy things, but just seems to be sort of blank as far as answering.
When you're ready, come find me and we'll talk. And then I just walk away.
Okay. Sort of, watches you walk away and watching the creature in your hands before just sort of like settling back down and sniffing around under the table for some scraps and stuff. Okay, fast forwarding back to the current time.
Shopping.
I guess so. Kaylin. If Kaylin and Eckert are looking for that type of shop, you can either both independently roll an investigation check, or one of you can assist and give the other one advantage. It's up to you guys.
Oh, I'll assist.
I'll go shopping too. Just looking
Okay.
around for interesting things, but I'll go with them.
Neat.
Just Brixie is gonna assume that there's no library, so she's going to find a room with M and I'm just gonna study the creature more.
Okay.
See if anything pops up.
Okay. Yeah, you spend some more time, and it's still a bit befuddling, but it's cute. And now it eats meat, and may eat some grains, just may not be as interested. Which is, interesting for newborn.
Dan, what are Kaylin and I rolling?
Investigation, just to see if you can find a magical type shop. So either you can both do investigation, or one
I'm
of
assisting.
Oh, nice.
I'm assisting.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice. Whoo! So you guys are looking around, and you're in that main center area, and there are a couple offshoot hallways. And a lot of them are sort of residential, but there's one that has is sort of the den of gambling, gambling den type hallway. And while a bunch of the doors off the sides of this hallway are just that, people playing different types of gambling games, you do find a couple every so often that are selling some goods that might seem a little more rare. You come across one that's sort of like some clothing that's just fashion forward. It's not anything from this time and age. You find another one that has like this arrangement of skulls and organs in jars. And skulls laid out on a table, and then you find the third one down this long hallway. Seems to have, both of you can sense arcane energy from this room, a fair bit of it from a bunch of the items.
Well, I am a wizard.
Yeah, right? Awesome. All right. So you walk in, and it's a decent sized room for as far as things go down here. It's probably like a 12 by 14 room, and it has just some wooden shelving along the outer perimeter and a desk, like a counter at the back. Some of the more mundane items seem to be on the wooden shelves on the outside, sensing a little bit of arcana here and there amongst all the different things that are out there. A lot of it is like a crock. It says it's magical. It says all over that this is all magical stuff. Only some of the items are. But you sense the stronger magic stuff behind the counter.
Seeing as how this was down an alley with a gambling den, I think Emil will probably take his dice out and give them a bit of a roll in his hand before putting them away and exploring the shop with Kaylin. Probably going straight to the stuff we know is magical.
Nice. Okay. There in the back is.
Nina's there too.
Oh,
She's
okay.
just looking among their shelves because I said I was going shopping with them.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And let's see, that's that, and M and Brixie. So Felix, do you want to partake at all, or are you doing something else? Because I don't want to leave you out if you want to be here.
Oh no, that's fine. I was gonna shop for some ingredients later.
Ah, okay. Neat. All right then. So the three of you enter this establishment, see all that, and you see a goblin woman, a couple teeth missing, really nasty matted hair, some slopped together leathers that she's wearing, where it's basically a bunch of patches put together to create a covering of clothes. And she has, it's one of those, you get in and you immediately hit with BO. Like, oh no, and she's really she's not into hygiene. And it's kind of an off-putting thing as you enter, but again, that's where the good magic things are in the back. So you approach. You new here, huh? Yeah.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm fine. And she reaches around and picks up a little something on the end of a chain. She clasps the chain on her and puts a little monocle in. Yes, fine. Well, what can you find, folks? What is it you're looking for? Magic items? And she takes it back out and puts it down on the counter.
Yeah. Absolutely. What do you have that's magic?
Everything you see here is magic. Yes. Do you need to?
I have one item I'm searching for.
She's kind of taken back a bit. Yes. What is it?
Something that allows one to magically disguise yourself. A scroll or an object or even just a really good makeup kit.
Oh.
Well, let me see. He spins around and starts rummaging through some basically buckets behind the counter. Draws out makeshift buckets and starts pulling around. Yes, disguising yourself. Disguising. Here? No. She takes out this. Oh gosh, it's essentially like a fedora, like an Indiana Jones fedora, only it's purple. And so I guess it's more like a pimp hat now that I think about it. Oh, this, well, and it's got that big brim.
Oh.
This here, well, it requires, essentially requires attunement. This is something that's, very strong magic and requires a bond between the owner and the item itself. This is a hat of disguise. She's trying to ham it up a bit. While wearing this hat, and essentially you can use one action to cast the Disguise Self spell at will. But the spell ends if you take the hat off. What a fine deal, yes? Only... I think this could go for... See what it is.
Can I insight check to see if that actually is a magical hat, or if that's
Sure.
just a hat that she pulled out of the bucket?
Mm-hmm.
Crap. 9.
9.
Okay, but she does have to make a roll. She got a 1. This... You can tell that she's essentially lying through her teeth on this. This was probably, at one point, a hat of disguise. I guess it's tough to tell because you wouldn't know the specifics, but you get the feeling that there's some truth and there's some lies mixed into this. She's not being completely forthcoming about this hat of disguise.
You should try it on.
Okay, I'll look at the other twos. Oh, did you two want anything?
I'd like to meet whoever put all the various wares you have for sale on the shelves.
Well, this is my shop. I do all the work. People come in and trade me for if they find magical items, and I will purchase them for some coin and turn them around and make my profit. Other ones are brought in from some more reliable sources, but mostly just trade with those that come through here. You get the gist, like, she probably doesn't really know what's magic and what's not. She has a base knowledge, and that's it. Bless you. Bless you.
Where do you get all of these lovely items?
Oh, just from people looking to trade them in for some coin. It's very difficult to buy and sell magical items, Very rare, and we just happen to be a location where people that arrive and visit us, they have their hands in such things, and others can use them. So, why look, well, here I have, and she takes down this, it's essentially like a baton, but on one end it's a silver horse head, and then on the bottom end it's another silver horse head facing the other direction, sort of like on a playing card, how they're, two things together. This is an immovable rod. Simply say the word and nothing can move this from where you place it. Right in midair. It doesn't matter. Think of what you could do with such a thing.
What could you do with such a thing?
Oh, you could suspend yourself from midair. You could stop a moving trap or door and hold it in its place.
It's a coat rack.
You know what? Kaylin and Emil, I'm sorry, Mina, are you proficient in Arcane, perchance? Arcana? No, Kaylin and Emil can roll an Arcana check. I don't know if Mina's...
No, not Arcana, but I am in religion.
Ooh, neat. That actually make him in handy.
I got a 13.
13 and 20. Okay, no, that's fine for both of you. The two of you do sense magic, like just a standard static magic that should be here from this item.
And how much is this amazing immovable rod?
Oh, well, let's see. She sort of spins it around and spins it around a couple times and then puts it up above her head and clicks a button behind one of the horse heads, and it stays there. Well, this, and she kind of stretches her arms up, which is like killer BO as she pulls her arms up, and it's like, oh! But she does, like, she tries to do a pull-up. She gets her feet off the ground a little bit and gets back down. Like she's just trying to show it off. Oh, poor Kaylin. I could probably sell this. It is awfully rare and certainly helpful. Oh, I would say 300 gold, and it's yours.
Ooh, that's a lot for a gold rod. What? I think there a gold rod in another shop.
Oh, you won't find any like this. Not down
While
here.
she's doing this, I'm picking up the not quite fedora of disguise, and I'm just kind of like looking it over, trying to actually figure out what this is.
Okay, I think if Emil sees you doing that, he'll come over and he'll look at it with you and he'll do an Arcana check on it.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
Warren, just FYI, you making me yawn.
Nice.
I'm trying not to by hiding my yawns.
I feel your yawn. Even though we're like states away.
So Emil, as you go through this, you can sense like there's this intermittent field of Arcana coming from it. Like it's been partially dispelled. You think that this probably only works like once a day, twice a day, and probably not every time. Like it was hit partially with a dispel spell.
Okay, but I think the general function is actually there.
It's there, but you probably wouldn't be able to count on it when you need it. You'd be a
Okay,
gamble.
I mean,
Great.
I'll relay that information to Mina and then kind of hand her it back and wander off looking at other stuff.
Okay. Oh, and don't forget, you have a robe of eyes, by the way, Emil. I mean, Eckert. You found that in one of the battles. I think it was a battle in Blackrock Landing from right after you beat that barbarian.
That's weird because it's not in my inventory.
Shame on me. Let me slip that in there. I just thought of it earlier because I had a tab open on my phone. I'm like, what? Oh, that's right. Let me add that to me. Well, as she's, lifting that, she clicks the button and takes it back down and sets it down on the counter. This is a good price. Very well. Look, if that's too expensive, I do have a couple things that are slightly less expensive, but still nearly as interesting and wonderful as this.
I would love to see those.
Very well. And she takes out next. Where is it? An amulet. She pulls up this amulet that has, it's a gold chain that turns down into a small gold circle, slightly domed. And it has this image of a sun in the middle with two hands like cupped underneath like this. Does this this will make you healthier, increases your health. Problems with breathing in too many fumes in the mines, or maybe you have been poisoned and you are weak. This is your remedy.
Wow, that sounds very powerful. Can I try to roll an Arcana check, Dan, to see if
you can do Arcana or you can do History, because this is something you might recognize with your Sage background. You have a boost because you're a Sage. Oh my gosh!
Natural 20.
Caitlin used to play with these when she was young in her crib.
Awesome. You see the symbol, you immediately recognize this as an amulet of health, and it's much more rare than the other items. She doesn't know it. It's a wondrous item, rare. It requires attunement. Your constitution score is 19 while you wear this amulet. It has no effect if your constitution is already 19 or higher, though.
Con saves at the wazoo.
So, wow, yeah.
Not quite as nice as this. And she pats the Movable Rod.
Right, absolutely. There are definitely nicer things back here that are worth a lot more. How much would you? Because I think, I mean, even though it's not as powerful, I think I might have someone in mind that might like the heart and the hand.
Well, this is more of a trinket than the other item. I would say I can sell this for maybe 120 gold.
120 gold.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. I'll look around and you keep that nice and safe.
Will do.
Okay.
She sets it down. So I'd like, oh gosh, I guess all three of you can do an investigation check while you're in here. Just as you start, you kind of disengage and start looking around the shelves. See if anything stands out.
Well,
Woo! Veal. And let me know what you get, Mina.
Okay, so while that is happening,
Mhm.
Rixie's just in a room with M because she doesn't want to be in it alone, and she just stares at the new baby creature that just hatched. So, can I know you. It's been like an hour. How long has it been since my last nature check? Cause
Well, the thing is, it's not like I can't quite let you just continue it until you get a good one. Like when you look, you kind of that's your chance to sort of assess if you know it or not. You know.
Okay, is there any check to see if I see any goodness, other characteristics that I might notice? Like you said that.
What is it you're looking for? Sorry.
Like, okay, can you describe the creature again? Because I remember with my that they're like intimates of dragon scales on it.
Yeah.
So, can I see if there's other intimates that I wouldn't like any animal? No.
Just that wolf dog type mixture of the muzzle on the front, the long like puppy ears that are sort of like flop down rabbit ears, and the long white fur are sort of it's like this perfectly clean white, which makes you think of either a dog or some sort of canine.
Because Rixie really wants to get a good description of it so she can find it in the library.
Ah, okay. I mean, you make a couple mental notes of the things that stand out. The biggest being the odd combination of reptile and mammal or amphibian.
Okay.
And
then after that,
17 investigation.
And then after that, I think Brixie's gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
And to see if she can have a dream and talk to her mentor about her journeys. And if she could figure what the creature is. If not.
Gotcha. You'll probably have to do some research or look around a little more to find any info on the other creature, but I'll say, like, as you lay down in bed, you spend some time sort of meditating to try and reach out to guide you, as you were taught when you were young. Something okay. So 17, let's see, 17, 16, and 28. Gosh, all right, guys. It's like maybe they'll find one or two of these things. Okay, so the first thing that grabs your attention, Mina, was the monocle that she put in her eye, and that's something that definitely took your interest. It was weird that she fastened it, looked at all of you, and then took it back off, and you're like, well, that has to be something magical. And have some purpose. And Kaylin. All right, let's see which one you find here. So I'm just trying to find this section of the my notes. I can remember what the other one is. So let me do I guess Emil's at first. Where on earth is it? It's gonna drive me nuts now.
Improv.
Yeah.
That's what D&D is. Storytelling and improvisation. That's all it is.
That wasn't it. Well, okay. So Emil, I'll do yours next. You find no, that's what Kaylin's was. So Kaylin, you're looking around. You see this little wooden box, probably like Rubik's cube size, and you can actually shift it around to make a different picture. You can't get it so that all four sides around have the same, all have a complete image. It's only one works at a time. And the first image, you look at it and you can quickly tell. The first one is an image of this little etching of a boat, little tiny boat, with roughly like two little figures in it. You can see that if you spun some of the others around in a different manner, you'd be able to assemble the image of a larger boat, and then a larger still, and so on the different sides of this box. I think it's 3 different sides. In fact, I'm going to find it here. Want to see? Okay. Yep. So 3 of the sides can create this image, and the 4th side is just to mix it up, so you can't have them all at the same time. But you sense a fair bit of arcane magic, arcane energy coming off of this thing. Did you get a 16? Okay. And you can spend a little time, trying to take a look at it if you want, or you can do like an Arcana or history check to see if you know what it is or can figure out what it is.
Yeah, I'll do a do an Arcana check. They're both the same amount for me. So.
Oh, you're not sure. It looks really cool, and
it looks really cool, and I can tell there's a lot of Arcana. There's a lot of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually going to I made note of that. But I'm actually going to, whenever I get a chance, tell the other 2 that I'll be back or something. I'm going to head out to another shop to try and sell a couple of items I have. Probably a weapons or armor shop or clothing shop.
Okay. There's a clothing shop around the corner, and then out down the hall there were plenty of different weapon shops, so you'll be able to find someone.
Okay.
And I guess Emil, the one that you found was there's this whole little rack of like different types of glasses, basically, all sort of steampunky.
Yes.
You can see defects in a bunch of them. Some are just phony, and there's no arcane energy coming off. But a couple of them have arcane energy, but all but one is actually intact and working though. And let me just see if I can. So this one has, it's almost more of like a goggles, than glasses, in that it forms a shape of like a set of eagle eyes. It has a bit of metal and padding inside to make it comfortable, and it just creates this like eagle look across the front with these dark domed lenses that you can't see through.
So they're very stylish.
Very.
Excellent.
Neat. And if you want to do either Arcana or History to see if you either know or can figure out what these are, you're welcome to.
Yeah, History's not going to happen.
Okay. 11, actually. That covers it because of the level they're at. You have heard of some people talk about this before. It's the eagle imagery that reminds you of these eyes of the eagle. And basically it requires attunement. You can sense that as you're doing this check. And these crystal lenses fit over the eyes. While wearing them, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across.
Excellent. Okay, I definitely gonna try and buy these. I think Mina has the party funds, so I don't exactly know how much money we have collectively.
Okay.
All right. That is on my other character.
I have it written down. Wait a minute. I just saw it. I had it written down. Party gold was 5,000.
5,185 gold, 3 platinum, and 4 silver.
Guys are loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Nice. Okay, so while as you Eckert head over to Mina to sort of suss out like what you want to do with funds and stuff. Oh no, I'm sorry. Kaylin physically has them, right? In game. Does that sound right?
I think so.
Oh, I do. Oh, that's why.
I think
That's probably why I wrote it down.
Yeah, because I think that the Runekeeper was like, who am I giving this to?
Didn't even know. I didn't remember. Okay. All right. Yes, I have.
Underneath the Warforged heart in your bag is all this money that you never even think about. Because
does this goblin woman have a bag of holding, another bag of holding?
Yeah, Mina was looking for that because you know how you've seen how useful that is, but you don't spot anything that it looks bag-like, unfortunately.
Nuts.
Oh, I'm sorry. There is something else. So let me do Kaylin while you're. What would you like to sell? You approach one of the shopkeepers.
I want to go to the weapon shop first, and I have that rod that I found that I looted off of someone that extended. Remember, it was pointy at both ends.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I have no use for it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to a weapon shop and try and sell it.
All right. The proprietor, late 40s human male. Oh well, he kind of spins around, hits a butt thing. So, well,
it's
I see.
Very powerful. Very good weapon. I had a lot of good battles with this.
I can tell.
Killed a lot of people.
A bit worn from those battles, I'd say, but...
Oh, it is. It is. Very good weapon here.
Still worth some coin. I would say I can... I'll give you 60 gold for it.
Good. How about 70?
Well, make a persuasion check just based on Kaylin's.
I believe in you, Kaylin. You can do the thing.
Persuasion's -1, guys.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's okay.
It's like you didn't give me any. Yeah.
9.
You didn't make any selling point. It's just how about 70? And he's like, how about 55?
60 it is.
Very well. And he takes that and takes out some coin from his pouch on the side and puts it down. A pleasure doing business with you. She starts playing with it as you're walking away.
And I was going to do something else, but I think I'm going to... I don't have any more weapons, but I think with the other thing I was going to say, I'm going to hold on to.
Okay.
I still have like a silver cape I looted off a body that I haven't looked at yet, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to look at it first before I sell it. So
neat. I'm going to send Emil a quick message here because there is something else he spotted with this ridiculous.
And I'll go back to the magic shop.
Okay, you head back. Yeah. They're sort of like, looking at you like, Oh, you're back. You've got our money. I'm going to send you a message on Facebook.
An infinity stone. Wow.
What?
I'm going to be like, I'm going to pat my bag and be like, so I'm guessing you guys need some cash.
Would be appreciated.
Okay, message sent.
All right. So I'm there.
Okay.
I really like, I'm gonna say this to Eckert and Mia. I really like that necklace that's behind the counter. A little short on funds though. It's 120, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably get her down to 100. But I'd like to use some of the funds for that, if at all.
That seems reasonable. You know what might also be a good idea?
Yes.
Your library could probably use that rolled up carpet over there in the corner. Kind of as a welcome mat kind of thing.
Did
I'm gonna go over there and look at it and just kind of look at it skeptically and just be like,
I don't know. Does it match the coloring? I mean, I think it could be.
Yes. I mean, I think it would look okay. I'll look at the lady at the counter. How much for this carpet? It looks nice.
You have a good eye to see that. If you thought this was expensive, you probably can't afford that.
I mean, it's kind of over here gathering dust. That's what I'm asking.
She turns and looks at it and says, "Fricassee!" And it unfurls itself and starts hovering in the above the ground in the corner space over there.
Oh, well, that makes for a terrible welcome mat if it's going to be 6 feet off the ground. Maybe never mind them.
Very useful, but also very rare.
Oh, I can tell. And you said price was...
Oh, well, that's one of the larger varieties of its kind.
7 gold.
Add a few zeros, and perhaps we're talking. Oh, I would say you're looking at
007 gold.
I remember my relative bought one from a shop in somewhere, and it was 20 gold.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, your relatives got ripped off.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
I would say you're looking at 3,200 gold pieces for that.
Holy shite.
It's a strong carpet, and as you're looking at it, you see it's about 5 by 7 feet. It can carry about 600 pounds.
I think I'll actually give it a once over to see if her numbers and seem accurate and see if it's like, I mean, it could be a flying carpet that can hold 3 pounds. So I'd kind of like to,
yeah,
sure, check it out, because I mean that'd be a pretty good scam, right? You got a flying carpet that you're like, oh, I snap my fingers, it flies, but it can't carry anything.
Right. Yeah. In fact, you and Kaylin, as you're assessing this with your proficiency in Arcana, can do Arcana checks.
Can I insight her to see if her prices are correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'll do an Arcana check.
10.
Okay. They seem to be in line with things. So you had a little bit of experience seeing, magic items back in the day, just here and there. Oh, nice, Emil, save the day. And you know that for this rare, if it is indeed a very rare item, then it's probably those go like between 1,000 and 5,000. So it sounds like it's probably okay pricing. It's probably not best or the worst, just in the middle. And Emil, you can tell, I mean, as you go around, you feel the edges, the tassels along the outer perimeter. It's a green and blue carpet with some gold etching along it, gold tassels along the outer perimeter. And yeah, it's a 5 foot by 7 foot flying carpet. It can, as you put some weight on it and you test its tensile strength, it can carry, you judge, around 600 pounds. And with the 17, you even figure it can probably fly around 40 feet per round because of its bulkier size.
Dan, I want to do a perception check.
Okay.
Are there any? Okay, I kind of, if I can, I want to notice things. I want to notice if it seems like the woman lives here, there's any signs of that she lives in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And also if there's any bodyguards around.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
No idea. The BO is overpowering, and it's really messing with your ability to just think. There is a carpeted door behind her, cloth door behind her into an area you can't see.
Okay, all right.
It's a good deal for such a rare find.
Emil tries on the eagle glasses and turns to Kaylin and says, "Tell me, are these dashing or are they dashing?"
Oh gosh.
Remembering that Dan's description was that they're pretty goofy.
They're neither. They're amazing.
Well, thank you for saying so. How much are these glasses? I think I could use them in an outfit that I'm wearing.
Ah, those god-awful things. Well, you can have them for, 35 gold pieces.
Wow.
I can't sell
Emil looks thoughtful and then tries to find a mirror or a shiny surface to inspect himself in.
There's a shield there that's been polished just in the center. And it so warps the image a little bit, but you can get a pretty good idea of what it looks like.
Okay. Shall we conclude our purchases here, fine people?
Rye says get the carpet, but I'm not there.
Mina, are you done? Do you need to buy anything?
That carpet looks like so much fun. I would love to shoot things from up high above the battlefield, but
Remember when you told us you were a cleric of good and that, you embraced peace and love and happiness?
Peace.
Then what are you shooting at peasants from up on high in the peaceful times? Gold pieces? Blessings?
I mean, you have to protect people, right?
By shooting people?
Well, you can't protect people without an aggressor. I just really want the carpet. That is so cool.
We know the carpet's here. We can discuss it maybe as a group. Wanted to spend that kind of money on that kind of carpet.
We could ask if it comes with a parasol so we can protect drow who ride on top of it.
Oh, yes.
Well, there's just a bin over there.
Yes, and I'm going to get the necklace that you showed me.
Oh, very well. Yes.
So you said 95 gold, correct?
Oh, I don't think that's right.
Work that charisma there, Kaylin.
I think you said 95. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that
It was 95. You're right.
I mean, it seemed like Tag Nabbit. It seemed like it was 95 gold.
Nice, awesome. Make, I guess, like a deception check to see if you can sell this.
Oh, deception check. Great. That's a -1 too. 12?
No, I think you are mistaken.
With
Oh, that's right,
advantage because I'm aiding her?
It was 105.
You can buy it or not. That's the price is the price on that.
You said 105, right?
Make
Was it 110? 108? What was it?
Awesome. Make what would like a nuisance check be like? I guess make a persuasion because you're just trying to persuade her with the.
That's a 4.
No. 120 gold, please, and
Kaylin sighs heavily. She's kind of, I can't do any more persuading today.
You're the
Alright.
Vex of the group.
So,
nice.
So we have that. Is that all we're buying?
Are we getting the eyes of the eagle?
Yeah, I'll get the glasses for sure.
Okay. So we have the glasses and we have the necklace.
Okay. Anything else? All right, so you're leaving the carpet
You
for
don't
now?
happen to have any potions, do you?
I do. What are you looking for in particular?
Just health potions.
I deal with the more exotic potions.
Okay.
Let me see. They're up on the shelf, and she reaches up.
Mina leans over to Kaylin. You know I'm like a walking health potion, right?
Right, but I just like I like to have at least like one me, just in case.
Everyone thinks back to the
Never know.
bolt that was sticking out of her neck in the
You
the
never
church. And
know.
the
I believe in your abilities. I do. I just like to. We can get
Very obviously teasing you.
Nice. It's that deadpan drow expression. Yeah, she's like-
Kaylin doesn't understand the teasing. She's like, oh no, I would never distrust your abilities. So, did she say that she found healing health potions or no?
No, it was just a
Okay.
BO thing
We
she
can
was
get them
doing. Yeah.
elsewhere. That's fine. Okay, so the necklace and the glasses. How much is that?
120 for the a necklace, and it was I think what 35 for the goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, 35.
Okay, so
155. Yep.
Okay, so I give her 155 out of the group funds.
Okay, well, please, she lifts her arm to wave. Come back anytime. We're happy to do business.
Thank you. Oh.
Nice.
We all look at the carpet longingly as we exit the place.
She says the command word again. It kind of rolls itself back up in the corner. You see some other people walking in after you as, oh, hey, oh. Kind of pointing over to the carpet like, oh, did you see that?
No. Oh no, Chester. In my head.
I'll stop Eckhart and as we exit and just be like, we can discuss it as a group, or you guys want to decide. That's I'm stepping out of the carpet discussion. So, I mean, that's
Look, I'm just so happy that you called me Eckert. By the carpet.
Okay, so you're saying to buy the carpet. Let's see. Well, we still have this is just half of the party, so we should probably, I don't know. I'm just saying that's using half of the funds that we have. But
And
No.
and how are you going to feel if somebody else buys it?
how what?
How are you going to feel if somebody else buys it?
I mean, I'll feel, I guess, bad, but I mean, you know, where's Felix?
Gosh, I
I
don't
would
know.
at least like to get Felix's opinion on it.
I'd say that you probably saw him in the main center area picking up some spices, which are
Spice?
certainly looking. Yeah, he's shopping for ingredients. I think, right, Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll just be like, I mean, would I know that? Would I know where to find him, like where he was?
He crossed paths earlier. He
Okay.
might still be there.
Okay, I'll just be like, and I'll just beeline it towards wherever I know Felix.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You don't make a sound now, do you?
No, I don't make. No, I have.
Because your boots.
Yeah.
You run through completely silently. Just a little clatter from your armor. Otherwise, your
And
foot
as I'm
falls.
walking, I'm gonna put on that necklace that I bought before I forget to.
Ooh, nice. Okay. All right. Let me just. I have it
He doesn't
here.
kill me.
That's cursed. Oh no.
Put it on and I just drop dead.
Nice. Your constitution. You feel it as you're running. You're running so fast that you start that, and then you put that on. No problem. It's just no problem. Constitution is 19.
And I gave well, I guess that he probably took his class. Yeah, so I'll go and find Felix.
Okay. So you run up, and Felix, you're shopping. What is it you want to oh yes, sir. Yes, we have some ingredients here. What is it? What is it you're looking for?
Well, I'm looking for either if you have any potatoes or some cornmeal, maybe.
Well, potatoes, yes. We have some potatoes, carrots, corn, all very hearty. I don't have much. Yes.
Sure, maybe let's say 5 pounds of each.
Up to very well, certainly. And they have a wooden crate that they kind of take out, flimsy, thin stuff that's been like tacked together. Return the crate if you're able to, but don't worry if not. Consider it yours. It's got their little store name, like Sandy's Goods, on the side for advertising, just in case. All childlike painted on the side.
Nice.
Here we go, and it's 15 pounds, so it's not too heavy, but you're carrying it in front of you. They have a couple of green, leafy seasonings and stuff too that they can offer.
I might load up on like some salt and pepper as well.
Ah, yes, good choice. They have a pouch of salt and a pouch of ground pepper.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How much is that going to be?
Oh, well, let's see. This will run you out. I'd say you're looking at about 8 silver today.
Oh, sounds good. Here's a gold piece. You can keep the change.
Thank you, sir. She puts it in her pouch. As you suddenly, without any sound from behind you, is Kaylin.
Hey,
Oh,
Felix.
hey. Didn't notice you there. Have you been there the whole time?
Yes.
I thought you were...
Anyways.
Oh, okay.
So Egbert and Mina went to buy. Well, Egbert especially wants to buy a magic. She looks around to see if anyone, and kind of pulls Felix aside. We
Nice.
found a magic carpet in the arcane store.
What's so
It's
magic
like-
about it?
It flies. Floats. It flies. It can carry some weight, and it can fly for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 3,500 gold. Oh, you
Is
okay
this
here?
how much?
She pats you on the back. 3,500. Eckert wants to use party funds to buy it. As of right now, we have. I need to do the exact math, but it's about
Wasn't it 3,200?
3,200. It was 3,200 gold retcon.
Mhm.
And yeah, so
Keelan's
right
just trying to
now
squirrel away some extra cash.
So right now we have just over 4,900 in the group funds. So we're talking about more than half of what we have as a group party. I wanted to get your opinion before we decide to buy this as a group item.
Could we just get a regular carpet and try to trick him to thinking it's a magic carpet? Think of how much gold we'll save.
Wait. So you mean get a carpet and replace that carpet and fool the person running the shop?
No, to fool Eckhart.
Oh, the fool. I think they'll know the difference. Are you aware of arcane items? Like, how much exposure to arcane have you had?
I mean, the daily dosage, nothing more than that.
It's not radiation. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. Okay, well, you should once you're once you're. I don't want to get involved with anything, but you should come look at it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll take a
And
look.
so I just stand there awkwardly as he goes through the shop, finishes his business in the shop.
Okay. Hey, meanwhile, as Mina and Eckert are down in the shop, outside the shop, you hear the people. What does it do? It flies. It can carry us, and they're sort of,
I'm staying 2 inches away from Felix, trying to get, not being I'm not in your way, or I'm not trying to hurt you.
This doesn't have to hurt you. Awesome.
Here, make yourself useful. You can carry this.
Oh, yes, okay.
Neat.
The only other thing I was gonna grab, Dan, was some maybe some shovels and other digging supplies, just in case we need them down the road.
Sure. Okay. Yep. They have in that same main area. You find just that. I can actually double. Well, I can when I find it, we can do the price.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that off stream. No biggie.
Here it is. 2 gold pieces down here. They're kind of used, so it's 1 gold piece for a pretty good shape shovels, but not new.
I'll pick up 2.
Okay.
And can we get some? I think there's something called silk rope.
Yes, we actually have 1 length of silk rope. Ramble for there we go. This is new. This came into our possession, and it sells for 10 gold. This is 50 feet, and they're pulling it to show the strength of it and all. 50 feet of silk rope.
Sounds good.
Much lighter than hempen.
Yep. And the 2 shovels and. Kaylin, can you think of anything else we might need if we go exploring in caves and such?
Courage?
Hear a whisper, in the midst of the castle, and it says, "Help, push it."
What?
I didn't catch that either.
Caitlin's just thinking of those other buyers.
I mean, I haven't had that much experience with caves, but it seems like you've gotten the stuff that you need.
Okay, sounds good. Let's take a look at that magic carpet. That's too much.
Okay, all right. So she kicks inside the arm and she back to the arcane shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got him. That's what she tells Eckert. And tries to nonchalantly take him off the carpet to be I know it doesn't look like much, but it really is. It does things.
It's floating again. One of the people that have walked in is looking at it, and the other one's just looking around the shop. Oh, he's pushing on it. Wow, this is.
So what do you think, Felix? What are you thinking?
Felix checks out the pattern on it and the how it's woven, if it's actually a good quality rug.
The other guy's how much is this? 3,200? 3,300 gold. She sees the interest in it. It's a steal.
You know, Kaylin, this isn't nearly as nice as the one that we saw in the Feywild.
Which is true.
Was that one?
It was an even bigger one in the Feywild, yeah.
You want how much for it? 3,000 gold?
She told us 3,200.
3,200?
3,200, yes.
He overhears, to create these brand new is much more expensive, and finding these is very difficult. Yes, especially a large one such as this.
Eckert. She calls Eckert in. If he's still awake.
You called?
So I'm trying to sell Felix carpet that you. Now's your time to not argue. It's one that you want to.
The guy says, I don't know, that's kind of expensive. Let me ask my partner. And he goes over.
Expensive. Kaylin starts talking to the other people to get their attention away from it. She's like, it's very expensive. I've seen them in other shops for a bit less.
All right, Felix, get on.
Bigger. They're bigger.
Felix,
Really? Now that's the other person turns around and talking to Kaylin. Now, what is this?
Not here. I mean, I think I saw a shop maybe on their side of town that might have had some, but I know that they had some across in Rins. Rins had a shop just across
3,300. That sounds like a lot too.
Boat ride away. And they were 2,500.
Yeah.
So Eckert's going to pull a weapon and ask Felix to pull out his lamplighters, and he's going to have a little mock duel in the shop with Felix standing on the higher ground of the of the carpet to try and show off the value.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Excellent. Let's go.
Awesome.
Wait, did you just steal it?
No. He's Felix hops up. Like, wait, what? Actually,
oh my gosh.
Ooh, 18.
Oh,
awesome.
geez.
Emil attacks.
Mina stands by, ready for first aid.
Yeah.
Killing it. Hopefully not Felix.
You attack back and forth. Emil, your first, foe attack doesn't really do much damage. It's just like you hit. Strikes true, and Felix, your attack back also strikes true. But you do feel some of the advantage of having the higher ground. And thinking like if you think of the casters, you see Mina and you're like, casters would probably have a real advantage on this too. And you kind of lean forward a bit in the carpet and it moves with you. And you can feel a bit of the speed as you zip a little bit. And it's also piquing the interest of the other people. What? Oh.
And we'll continue to try to rally their way.
You guys have this ching 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 chasing each other around. Felix on the carpet, Eckert down below with his staff. He's he's got the rapier. Ching ching.
Take this and that and the other one.
And Kaylin's like, "Oh no, for your safety, guys, you'd better leave."
That's has to be purchased first. Now 3,300 is the going price. Ooh, they rolled a 19. I think I could see the merit in that.
No.
God, Dan.
So they're doing rolls there. Let me see what the other person. The other person's like, no. 3,300. You know how long it took us to save that? We can't do that. They rolled a 3. Like, no. And they start bickering at the price.
Husband and wife. Is it a husband and wife?
No. It just seems to be two adventurers, but one's in agreement, and the other's like, no.
Steph, stop rolling. Stop rolling.
Maybe I can persuade him. Maybe I can trick them. I guess I'll do a fresh roll.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just do it.
I don't know. That's a lot of money. They're nervous too. They're looking at the carpet, and it looks like so much fun, and useful. But
they have carpets for so much cheaper. So much cheaper.
What do you guys want to do? As this other party is considering
2,500 up in rent. Made of better quality.
They like completely don't believe you at this point. Yeah.
While all this is happening, just trying and trying, I feel like Brixie wouldn't have any luck trying to contact her mentor, and then she wakes up, and then with the little creature, she walks and tries to find the party.
Okay. All right, you get up and you start walking around. You know the rough area where the stuff is sold. And you might make it in time for here. It depends on what you guys want to do. So Eckert, Mina, Kaylin, and Felix are in that room, and she's trying to drive the price up. The other people are like, I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
Am I with the party?
Not yet. You might get it. Depends on what they do here. You're on your way looking for them.
These other guys really want this carpet, and I'm kind of taking it. But let's increase our bid. Let's go 4,000 gold.
Oh, my gosh, maybe it is. Let me have them do a roll. Oh, they're like, we can't beat. The first guy's like, we can't beat that. Second guy's like, yeah, no. They rolled a 1 and a 4. Like, no, we can't. But they're not totally out yet. They go into a huddle and start talking under their breath to one another. Well, yeah, yes, 4,000. I'll take that, certainly. Yes.
Oh no!
Wait, I thought we were gonna be trying to.
Brixie, you come around the corner just as you're hearing the woman say 4,000. Yes. Sold. What do you guys want to do as she says that?
Let's just give us some time to get the money together, and we'll
I'm rolling for the other guys as you say that. Carry on. Sorry.
We'll be back within the day.
I look at Kaylin. I was like, and what's? I still have the little baby
thing
with me.
Nice nature.
Yeah.
One of the guys says, we've got to get this, and the other one's like, you did 4,100.
It's a
and we'll buy it now.
It's a
Yeah.
drug.
Nice. That one rolled a 20 on his thing. So.
I bet to make I just look at Kaylin with concern. Right?
Brixie, you see Felix riding around this carpet and Eckert sort of sword fighting with them as they're shouting about the prices. These other two, as they're in a huddle, and one's like, we gotta get it. The 4,100 will buy it now! And Kaylin's like, no, it's bad.
While all of this is going on,
yeah.
Can I roll something to try and steal that box that I was looking at while all this commotion is happening?
You know what? You can do a sleight of hand with advantage. Yeah. And Mina's there watching like...
I just
What is happening?
I got a 13 with advantage.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go for the fancy fedora. The not quite fedora.
Okay, you can also do sleight of hand with advantage. Kaylin, as you reach for the box, she's like, "Oh wow, that's a good find here." She catches it. She rolled just a little bit higher.
I am just
not
nailing it tonight at all.
Hey, it's okay. Neither am I.
22.
Oh, nice. All right, let's see. Oh no, she doesn't notice you at all. She's busy watching Kaylin with the box and trying to get this thing sold to. 4,100 now? Well, that sounds like a good deal. And she kind of looks over at the rest of you.
You guys are on your own.
I'm gonna
carpet,
and then I'm gonna so I put the hat in my bag.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk over to the carpet and I'm gonna say 3,000, and I won't dispel the magic.
Oh.
Make an intimidation
I-
check to see how that
I help her?
affects her.
Can I help?
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm gonna
Brixie.
say, oh, this
20.
little baby dragon won't destroy it. With
Nice.
advantage, Sam.
Yeah,
With
go ahead,
advantage.
Brixie. You can also roll an intimidation. And what did you get, Mina?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
20 total.
Woo!
Intimidation.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We're so screwed.
Ah! 8.
And I prep the spell so that like my hand is glowing, and I just kind of reach out
Nice.
towards the carpet.
Kaylin and Mina, our friendship is over. Kaylin, I'd like my share of the party funds now, please.
What?
You heard me.
Leaving? No, I think that we need to talk about this, Edgar. We need to talk about this.
The other guys are actually
Put
getting
it back.
nervous.
Put it back, and we'll start our conversation.
Put what back?
She's dropped the box, like, oh. Dunk, 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 dunk.
The box is down.
Mina, you're not dispelling the carpet. This woman is trying to make a living. Maybe you've never been there, but I have.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, son of a!
Mina's connection got dispelled.
Nice.
Dispel Mina.
Awesome. And the woman did look a bit nervous. Like, she rolled really close to Mina's roll, but not higher than. So she was a little bit nervous, like, watching. And I think, I'm going to roll for these guys, too, who were like, yeah, they're a little nervous. I mean, we don't, and they sort of talking amongst one another, like, I don't know. I mean, are they gonna try and get it from us after? Okay.
Felix is gonna go over and congratulate them.
Nice. Oh,
Shake their
you
hand.
know what?
You guys
Just
clearly want it more than we do. It's a great item. But
making.
I'm gonna see if I can just walk all over and just get a feel of the carpet and just sit on it.
Yeah, go for it. You can do that. You run your hand along it and sit down.
Flying and
I mean,
would the carpet fit big enough through the door?
It doesn't quite look like it. The door is a little more narrow than that, by a couple of feet. But you hop on as Felix is there. Felix, make an unintentional intimidation check, if you would.
Whoa.
Quick out of
Yeah.
character question.
Mhm.
Does the party know that Eckert is actually Emil?
I think. Oh!
Natural 20?
Nice.
No.
I don't know. I think everyone but one person, maybe, or two now with Mina. Mina, you seem to shake. The woman rolled kind of close to you, but not higher than, so she was a little shaken. But Eckert / Emil was like, nope. I've tried to make this woman's trying to make a living. I've been there. We can't threaten like that. In the meantime, Emil was like, these people got nervous based on all that, and they're like, uh-oh, is this group of people going to come after us after we leave here and spend all our money? And Felix then went over and was like, you know what? It's yours. You guys are want it more than we do. So he rolled an unintentional intimidation check. Oh, a 9 and a 1. No, all right, no, this is not a good idea. This is an impulse buy, and it's not worth losing all our money or our lives. We need to go. We need to go. Thank you. And they shout to the shopkeep as they walk out. Mina still with hand glowing next to the carpet. I mean, son of a gun.
It's okay.
The gnome woman's like, I'm not doing that, but 3,500 and it's yours, and I can't believe you cost me.
I think if Kaylin knows that Eckert is Emil, I think him snapping at her like that, she's going to be a little teary-eyed. And so I'm going to thrust the group funds at Felix and rush out of the shop really quickly.
This giant satchel, 2 satchels of coin, gold and platinum is thrust Felix in front of you on the carpet.
Yeah.
Should we end it on that bombshell, Dan?
I think so. Yeah, we're running so late. And Kaylin, with tears in her eyes, runs quietly out because her shoes make no sound.
Oh, hey, Dan, does
Yeah.
the little baby dragon entity wakes up?
It's like
I
it's
wouldn't
sleeping,
think-
kneading on the carpet. It's like get the no! It's all nervous about it tearing up the
Well,
carpet.
I was still holding.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's just
I
doing that in
wasn't
your
gonna,
arm
like-
then.
Brixie knows if things don't belong to her, she knows not to know.
Gotcha. Cool. All right.
So she has a little dragon entity,
Alright.
and
Oh,
I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, I would assume that when Brixie was trying to contact her mentor,
Mm-hmm.
who trained her in the Druid ways, it
Mhm.
would have just been sleeping in her arm. So it would just
Okay. Yeah. It was, and you did feel some sort of connection through nature magic as you were doing that. Like you've been taught how to do it. It's never worked, but you did feel like you were reaching some connection. But it became frustrating at one point when it wasn't happening. I would say we'll end if Brixie, if you want to make another quick perception check while you're in here. Oh my gosh! Nope.
I think it's not meant to be. I guess my mentor wasn't supposed to show up tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just, I mean, you see everything around you. It's another kind of dusty, dingy room with more, critters. There's
I mean,
a
I
rat that
think
runs
being
by.
in the underworld makes her nervous. It just
Mhm.
brings up really bad memories.
All right, and we'll end it there with Kaylin in tears running out of the room. Underworld.
Okay, I'm sorry, Warren.
So great. Awesome. Well, thank you. A special thanks to Warren and Brick and Mariah and everyone that stayed up, like East Coasters that are up super late. And thank you, Ed. Jeez. Once I'm in the character names, it's so hard to break it. I know you're probably starving, so thank you, everybody. Thank you, players, so much for staying so late. I'm really sorry it ran so late. I'll try and do better with that.
It's okay.
I
mean, this is what I needed. This it was
Good.
good because I've been stressed out because I've not been taking care of myself physically and emotionally. So starting college classes after a year hiatus. Horsey Toe, we will find out next week.
Good, yes. Catch us next week on Stormfall, every Friday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. We have our All Evil campaign on Tuesday nights called Kyr's Lament, also 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, viewers, so much for being here and being awesome and staying late, and players especially, and such a great night. Thank you for all the fun and the role play and all the excite. All right.
Again, if you guys want to, during our bio breakup, I usually, if you guys just some songs for me to learn, just follow me on Twitter. Let me do my little, yep, there we go. It's Oswald_Oswald11 on Twitter.
Nice.
And also be on the lookout because I'm going to possibly brainstorm some ideas for my extra live stream.
Nice.
And my channel for my Twitch is up there as well.
More neat. Yes, go check it out for sure. All right, take care, everyone, and have a wonderful night. We'll catch you soon. Bye.
Bye.